All right, we're live. Got John Boy in the house and got People's Last Stand in the house.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
We're just going to talk a little bit about this crazy stuff going on in Washington and other things.
Yeah, the crazy world we live in.
Yeah, it is. But first off, let's give Super Dave 44 a big congratulations.
All right, Super Dave.
Hey, he got monetized.
Yep, he sure did. He sure did.
I hear me in the background.
Yep, he sure did. Uh-oh, let me check and see if I'm live. Hold on. It's me. Sorry. Wanted to make sure I had it open.
Excuse me.
All right.
I meant to hit the mute button.
Oh, look,
looks like we got Born Racer out there.
Yeah, looks like him. Hey, Born Racer, how you doing, buddy? Glad you made it.
Off. I just had to start out with those on. I like to hide my soul.
Right. Hey, I was just looking at the bottom. I can't write anything in the chat.
Not when you're on. You're a guest, but when you're the host, you can.
Oh,
but I usually use the YouTube part of it to write anyhow.
Yeah.
Man, that daggone wood dried out and it's getting hot over here.
That means it's working.
Yeah.
Man, shoot, I'm already ready for Christmas already, man. I even got my cup out. Everywhere I go, man, it's already Christmas. Hey, Born Racer.
I'm the Christmas Grinch around here. What's going on, Racer? It's going to take a few minutes for folks to get on in here. I guess I'm live. I tried a couple of test lives today, and on my end, I never saw them live, but they upload it.
Yep, and it's showing that you're live.
I had to set my daggone streaming stuff to not for kids. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm reading the chat. Well, I don't have the video pulled up.
Right. Yeah, it's been fun with you with the computer lately, John. You're trying to get that thing going. I tell you, it's a pain in the keister. I'm just waiting for you to get it so you can explain it to me.
I've got it. I just don't have the bandwidth. That's my problem.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know. I looked at it. I tried doing it myself, and I'm like,
The video part of it takes up so much bandwidth. That's why when I use OBS, frame freeze or whatever, the audio comes out.
Right. Yeah, it does. It does.
So,
well, you'll figure it out. You'll get it.
Let's see. Well, I need hardline cable, and we don't have that down here in the backwoods at all.
Yeah, well, mine seems to be doing okay with my Wi-Fi because I got this computer's running straight off of Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you got hard cable going into the.
No, I don't have. Well, no, I have no cable going into the back of my computer at all.
No, I mean going into your Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, I have my modem up there. Yeah, that sends.
See, I don't have a modem. I'm strictly AT&T signal to my tablet. My tablet's a hotspot.
Oh, I see. So you're just running straight through the phone.
I'm Airways. I can go out and stream if I can get AT&T signal.
Well, that's cool. And you still can do that even though you're not. Don't have that numbers yet, right? Oh, you should. Didn't they say you can't run?
Yeah.
Your phone in that without having the 4,000 hours and 1,000 subs?
Oh, I can right now if I wanted to, I could start up a separate live stream on this phone right now.
Wow.
I've got an app for that.
Cool. Really?
I've had it. I never did use the YouTube thing that would come in the phone. So when they changed over, I never understood why people were like, I can't stream off my phone. I'm like, well, I can, but I wasn't using the YouTube part of it. I had it's called 1080p. It was a screen share app. And on my tablet, I've got the 1080p video share app. So I can live stream with the camera on my tablet like I did for the Green Giant that I didn't get to see because it's too far off. Too low and too far off. Man,
shoot, before
I told you
at the end of the show,
hangouts.
Go ahead.
It came back from the south going north, and it was so low last night. I was shining my flashlight up at it.
Man,
I don't know what's
they've got to
on.
be doing. They've got to be doing something. They've got to be doing something out there.
Something's going on.
This is way too much. Yeah, but see, I got my coffee, and I have my Halloween candy, so I'm ready. So I'll be awake.
What I got?
Coffee.
These are my favorite. Look at this. Hershey's dark chocolate chips.
There you go. Oh, there's a chocolate. It's a chocolate chip straight. Yeah.
Yeah, Hershey's dark chocolate. Woo.
Yeah. Hey, you and my wife will get along. Everything is with her is that Hershey's chocolate. Chocolate just loves it.
Chocolate make you live longer, man. It's good for you.
I like these. I like these ones. These are probably my favorite, I would say.
Almond Joy. I like browns. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. They don't have those commercials anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Where's everybody at?
I don't know. I don't know where anybody is.
That's weird. I'm froze up on my other Hangout stream, but I'm not here. What the hell? Let me change something up here. Oh, that computer went wacko. My computer went wacko.
Uh-oh.
It's not picking up the Wi-Fi signal. Oh, I forgot to get my charger for my tablet, man.
Uh-oh.
It's all right. It's at 52% battery. It'll all be okay.
Yeah, you should be all right.
Racer, share it out. Share it out, Racer.
Hold on a second, John. I'll be right back.
All right.
1 second.
Yeah, Racer, share it out, man. I don't know why my computer. I was going to share the chat, and daggum if it won't share. Oh, well. What can you do? Whoo, man, I got that fire going too much. Too much. Man, it's crazy up in Washington, D.C., man. I don't get how those people... I mean, it's so preposterous. I almost saw my main computer do something weird. I might have to shut that sucker down. It's not working. Let me see if I can pull YouTube up over here, y'all.
Sorry about that. There was a phone call that came in.
It's okay. I'm trying to see if I can get the YouTube over here on the laptop because something went crazy with my desktop.
Well, sorry if I get calls coming in or I got to stop for a minute because I'm right in the business hours over here and that. And sometimes it gets a little crazy. Most of the time it's pretty quiet, but I've got one apartment that I'm renting out, so I got calls coming in. But let's get on to the stories.
Yeah, I was just saying, I can't figure out how people can sit here and believe this fake story that the Democrats are up there trying to impeach the president over their opinion of he did something wrong.
Well, exactly. And I haven't seen anything that he's done wrong. No. I haven't seen it. It's just hearsay. If you read it, Pete Santilli had what was it, yesterday, day before yesterday, he had that whole transcription of the talk that he had on the phone and that. And he went through that piece by piece, and it doesn't show anything in there where he says that he wants these people to do this. You know, it's just a lie.
Yeah.
That's all it is. They're just trying to find any which way to get him out, no matter what.
That's crazy.
It is. It's nuts, John.
And
it really is.
I don't see how they can even want to go on live TV with all that bull crap, man. I mean, you know what I think? I don't think they should be allowed to sit there and have a script that they read. I think they should go in there and speak. You know what I mean? Just speak.
Right.
Don't sit there and have a daggum book already written in front of them and reading off of it. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, it looked like they was like almost 45 minutes of the guy just reading.
Oh,
It's like I thought he was there to freaking get questioned.
it was ridiculous, man.
It's a pony show, dude. It's a whole pony show. It's this their way of they can't find anything on the president. So what they're doing is they're trying to find any little thing to discredit him, to make it to show like the aha moment, you know.
Yeah,
we caught him, you know. That's what they're trying to do. But the people and what they're trying to do is they're not only trying to get this to push it to get him impeached, but what they're trying to do at the same time is they're trying to get the people to sway the Republican people to come on their side as well too, and the other people that are lingering on the side, I'm not too sure on who they want to vote for.
Well,
but the problem is every time they come up, they keep showing how false they are.
When I went in to make that coffee, I heard ABC was sitting there talking to George Stephanopoulos, or however you pronounce his name.
Right.
And they were saying some of the Republicans were coming on board about going ahead and going through with the impeachment process. But you know what hit me as soon as I heard that? They're giving those demon craps a little more rope to hang themselves with, because the deeper they go of this lie, the worse. I mean, there'll be a lot of Democrats swinging from trees up in Washington, D.C., because I hope they hang them.
Okay.
Because that's what they're supposed to do to people committing treason.
Well,
is hang them.
Well, this is a whole coup, dude. This is exactly what it is. This is what everybody's saying. This is a coup. You know, and there's no escaping it. This is the reality of it. It is a coup. He hasn't done anything wrong. That general, they should take him out and hang his butt immediately for what he did. You know, coming out there saying the stuff that he said, and that it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous that the president has to go through this and the country has to deal with this when there should be in their offices discussing the problems and the issues that's going on in the United States and take care of them problems instead of taking care of this bull that they're doing now. I got to watch my words because of the new rules. I got to be careful what I'm saying. But yeah, so they are trying every which way to make him look like, you know, he's a failure, is what they're trying to do. And they can't do it, not without the support of the people, and the people are not supporting what they're doing.
No, the people aren't. Looks like we got Jenny B in the chat.
Hey, Jenny B, how you doing? Good to see you here. Good to see you.
I wish I hadn't put that wood in there now.
Open a window.
I ought to.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just ridiculous that our president is going through what he's going through right now when they should be taking care of the stuff in the United States first. You know, this is not something that they should be even messing around with, but they've been messing around with it from day one when he became president of the United States. They already pushed the issue for impeachment the day he freaking went into office.
Yeah. We don't like how the American people voted, so we're going to sit there and retract it.
Yeah, exactly.
Good luck on that.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Jenny B. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing real good. We had a good morning in that. We went over to Super Dave's channel today and he was all happy, and he had like a party going on over there. He got monetized today, and we all was over there congratulating him. It was a really nice show that he put on this morning.
He put me to work. Yeah,
he did. He put John Boy to work. He did indeed. All them links.
I don't mind.
But hey, it's one thing we wanted to pass on to everybody as well, because I see it in chat as well, Jenny B. We're finding out a little bit more rules and regulations in regards to spamming in that in our chat, and I'm not saying you're doing it. You just may not know. They're saying no more than 2, what do they call those? Emojis in a chat, or they will come in and they will get it out, or they will delete the people that are doing that. They will do that to themselves.
Meaning you, Jenny B, not me.
So
the person that's doing it in the chat.
Exactly. So be careful, Jenny B. Okay, I just want you to be safe in that. That's all it is. Cool.
And I'm bad about it.
Yeah, they said. Yeah, I seen some of yours. I seen some of yours. That one that you did, I was like, "Whoa, how many was John Boy gonna put in there?"
Can you believe I was able to sit there and show myself in that chat as fast as it was going?
Oh, I know. That was fast, dude.
There was what, 15,000 people watching that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that chat was moving so fast, I actually put so much in there at one time, I stopped it. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. I did. But yeah, Jenny B, we just wanted to let you know. Just so you, if you go to other chats and stuff, just let them know. Just let them all know as well. No more than 2 emojis, because after that, that's part of the thing that they're pushing right now. And they've already.
Jenny, it ain't hurting me. It ain't hurting the channel you're chatting in. They're gonna take you down.
Right. Exactly.
Or the person doing it. I'm not pointing just at you.
Right. Exactly. So we're just letting everybody know what's going on. So when people come in and that they don't freak out.
Yeah.
But no more than 2 emojis in there.
And that's for your sake, not ours.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, but he was all happy. I can't believe how happy Dave was. I could not believe. See, this is what I'm telling you about, John Boy, about Super Dave, how his heart is.
Oh yeah.
Because when he was on doing his show this morning and we were on it, it hit him in the heart, dude. Enough so that you could tell he had some tears going in his eyes, man. I mean, he was very touched that he was able to do this. So that's why I tell everybody he's got a good heart on him, man. He's got a good heart on him. He just wants people to come to his channel and respect his channel and that. Not to use foul language, things like that. Common sense stuff. That's all it is. But yeah, he's a good man. He really is, and I enjoy being on his show.
Well, I believe he was brought up like I was, because he was talking about how he did his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I was brought up. And if I had a kid, that's how I would do my child too. They're not just going to run off of anybody. They're not going to say, well, I'm going to spend the night. I'm going to know those parents you're fixing to go spend the night at, just like Super Dave said.
Right. Oh, there was one thing I just wanted to mention about the YouTube thing that they were saying. Me and John Boy were talking about it earlier. They're saying with the new rules that it doesn't matter what you put out here and that they can decide basically if they like it or not. They could say goodbye. That's all. Yep. That's pretty much what it comes down to. And what it is, it's money. They're saying if we can't advertise on your channel, then they're just going to get rid of you. That's exactly what they're saying. So be prepared, everybody. If they don't like what we're saying on our channels and that.
You basically need to be an entertainment channel. Nothing about politics, nothing about religion, nothing about drama, nothing about nothing. Just put on how to put on your makeup if you're a guy and how to pull up your pants if you're a woman. And
that's it. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly, Jenny B. December 10th is when they're implemented, but they've already started.
Yeah, I was going to say they're doing it now.
This morning when I got up and everything to make, and John Boy knows as well too. I went to go make a video about Super Dave this morning, and the first thing it said when I got done with the video was, "Is this for a children's view or adult view?" Right away, it's already kicking in that way.
Yeah, they've kicked that in.
Yeah, Danny B. Censorship is big. It really is. It's really big time. And they're doing it to everybody. Even John Boy tried doing a video earlier of a picture of Hillary Clinton on it, and it wouldn't go through. It would not be. It's not allowed.
I think it might have now. But
Do
it
you think it
wouldn't
did?
let me watch it. I was testing out the OBS. I'm going to check and see if it's on there now.
Yeah, Jenny B, exactly. It has to be family-like entertainment. That's pretty much what
it only
is.
showed 1 second of it. It only gave me 1 second of it.
All right, I saw that. Hey, Wolf Lover, how you doing? Glad you made it. We're just here talking about the YouTube thing that's going on and the government crud that's going on right now. We're just kind of have an open book right now on what we're discussing. But yeah, it's nuts, John. I don't understand this. Well, I understand what they're doing, but it's being implemented quick, and I mean really quick.
Yeah,
it's being pushed upon us. Everything is being pushed on us really fast.
I can understand the kids portion of it, but they need to rewrite that rule. Is this video for kids, or no? This video is not for kids. Webster's definition of kids is baby goats. So no, none of my videos are for goats, and so how do you?
Yeah, if they want to be politically correct, they should change that to children.
Exactly.
So we live in a politically correct society nowadays. So why aren't they following the stuff? That's what I'm talking about. How others push their stuff upon us, yet they don't do it. Just like what they did with you, John Boy. 1 week it was supposed to be. It ended up being 4 weeks. And did they compromise? Did they talk to you about it? No, they didn't do nothing. You had to figure this stuff out yourself and take care of it.
Live stream is the channel took the strike off of me. That's the only reason. Not YouTube. YouTube, they keep making you run around in circles, man. I finally got a hold of the YouTube team, and they told me go to your guidelines. Well, that gum.
Same thing.
I've been going.
Same thing they keep telling it. Right. Same thing they keep telling everybody. No matter who it is, they keep doing this.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I like what Jenny B says. Check that out, John Boy. So I imagine I have to go on live and paint fingernails and toenails.
It'd be better if you could do it on a goat.
Yeah, exactly.
No, seriously, they don't want anybody talking anything serious, political, or I don't know, probably religious. Unless you're talking about be all right.
Oh yeah, as long as you can do that stuff and everything. Yeah, Wolf Lover, I like what you say. He says, "I just hope America will stand up against this." The problem is that I'm afraid they won't. The problem is we live in a society nowadays where everybody is willing to give up their security for the government to take care of them. And as long as we have people that keep on pushing that issues, our government will take care of us. They'll take care of us. Oh yeah, they'll take care of you. They'll take care of you, and then you'll be a total slave to them. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. They're pushing that issue, and you can see what's happening. The reason why they're pushing so hard right now, John Boy, in my opinion, about the president, is they want him out so they can implement their new world order.
Well, that's exactly what it is.
That's what they're trying to do. And as long as he's here right now, we're going to be safe. But if they get him out, we're messed up.
And on that point, explain to everybody why you didn't say the president's name.
Well, the reason why we can't say the president's name anymore is because it's one of those AI trigger words that you can't say anymore. So if you're going to say it, say something like Mr. T or President T, or something like that, because they're not allowing you to do it anymore. And if you do it, you're not going to be pushed out into society, and for them to see your videos. They will not push you. So these are some trigger words you got to be careful. War is another word you can't say. Most of the people that are in office, you can't say their names. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Mystic Days is in the house.
Hey, Mystic Days, how you doing?
It got cold. I know it got cold up there where Mystic's at.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was going out. Me and John, we were just talking about this stuff this morning about the internet going in and out. It was doing it to us as well, too. We couldn't even write into some chats as well. Yeah, that's how bad it was. What does he say?
I understand.
Oh, I see. Pop in show.
He's got the same problem I have. He's running off not AT&T. He's running off of Wi-Fi and all, and it just ain't up to par.
So what is that? Wolfover? He's running the same thing? It's running the same? Is that what you're saying, John? I must have missed something here.
No, I'm talking about Mystic Days. He has the same kind of streaming problems I do.
Ah, okay, okay.
I mean, talking to you, my video's fine, but if you look at it on YouTube, I'm all choppy.
Yeah, I could. Well, even me watching you right now, you do that little kind of movement, that little movement. It's not bad, but the audio comes in real good.
Oh, well, if I was on the desktop, it'd really be bad. I'm on the laptop now. It's hard to believe the laptop's better than the desktop.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Well, we got a few people in chat today. That's cool. That's cool. But yeah, this stuff in the government is just getting ridiculous, and we've got to be prepared for it. Come the 10th, guys, your whole world on your channels may change completely. You may be here, and you may not. Excuse me, you may not be.
You'll have 400 videos on the 9th, and come the 10th, you might only have 20, depending on how they deem them.
Dang. Yeah, Jenny B says she's got 3 inches so far, 8 inches this year so far she's gotten. We've just had little things of snow come down here. Today it's what? I think in the 50s today. 57, I think it's going to be today.
Well, I know old Ben Time Traveler got 14 inches. He got that lake effect snow coming on him.
Right, exactly. But yeah, that lake effect, that'll do it. Because I used to live in Madison, Wisconsin, and we lived between the lakes. What is it, Mendota and Monona? And we lived right between them. Man, that wind coming off them lakes, oh my goodness. You talk about freezing.
What I can't figure out is somehow or another the Tennessee River causes a difference over here. And it's just a river, man. I mean, it don't make sense.
I don't know. Who knows anymore with the weather modifications and stuff that they're doing and that.
Ooh,
you know, I've been watching a lot of
talk about that too much longer.
Well, I know. Or plane farts, you know, we won't be able to talk about them either. You know, most of the stuff that we're not going to be able to even say anymore. I mean, it's going to be pretty much entertainment. That's going to be about it, guys. Any truthers that are out there and that are speaking the truth, if they can't put advertising on your show, then you're gone.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do now. Motorized bicycles and my little dog Ouija. That's how I started. I mean,
yeah, but it's getting weird. It's getting too weird out here, guys. I mean, it's. They're telling us to be politically correct. I'm talking about YouTube. They're telling us to be politically correct, but John Boy pointed it out that it states that information when you make a video on that. Is this for kids viewing? And John Boy looked up the word kids, and kids does not mean children. Kids means a goat.
Baby goat.
You know, and it's like, yeah. So I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird.
Albany, I don't know what to say to you. I know you're the one that come up in my channel and blocked over 100 people. So I'm just being nice and not saying anything.
Just moving on. Yeah, it's just crazy out there, John. And then especially with the stuff that we heard this morning on the president. The beginning of they call it it's not even an impeachment. It's and that's the part I can't understand. It's not an impeachment. It's a what's the word that they use, John?
Yeah, it's a storytelling session. That's all it is.
That's it. And well, we heard 45 minutes of it, of them just rambling on. The guy with the freaking bow tie and that, and then the next guy. But there was nothing there for us to freaking even address because it was just hearsay. They're just talking back and forth. I thought this whole story was about the freaking phone call. What is all this other stuff got to do with it?
Nobody that they have in there actually heard the phone call. It's hearsay from another person that says they heard the phone call.
Right, exactly.
Look,
it's not.
This is my next deal. If they got protection for whistleblowers, shouldn't Snowden be allowed back in America?
Yeah. Well, the thing is because he didn't go to the government and tell them first about it. That's why. That's why they're upset about it. Well, that's why they're upset about it. It's not because he didn't. It's not the truth. It's because he didn't go through the government to do this. Because if he would have given this information to the government would have been cutting things out completely. I mean, seriously. And that's the reason why they went after him. But that's the way our government is run nowadays. We don't have Democrats anymore. We don't have Republicans. We don't have libertarians, and we don't have socialists. They're all combined together, guys. They're the same entity. They're the same entity. There's no ifs or ands or buts about it.
But John Boy for president. That's right.
There you go.
I'm gonna make America redneck again.
Well, yeah.
What's going on in Enlightened Cafe? Got Enlightened Cafe in the house.
Cool. But yeah, it just doesn't make sense anymore. What's going on in society?
No.
People are attacking each other back and forth over religious views. People are attacking each other over government views. I mean, it's turning everybody against everybody is what it's doing. It's not healthy for our society. We can't get our words in because we're being stopped with our First Amendment rights. We can't conceal carry. We can't do anything anymore. Well, we can, but that's not going to last very long because they got that new what is it called? FF. That what was it called, John Boy? The one the president came out and said about being able to go after people if you get a phone call and saying that they're dangerous and that they can go to your house and take your guns from you.
Oh, the red flag thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's just another part of it. And then, every time something happens with a gun or an AR or any kind of, attack on somebody, it's a push again. It's a push and a push and a push to keep pushing those views at us and saying guns are bad, guns are bad, guns are bad. No, it's not guns are bad. It's the person behind it that's bad. That's what the issue is. You can't blame a fork if a person gets fat.
Well, you might can. You can marry a fork nowadays.
Oh man, it's ridiculous. It's nuts, dude. It really is. It's sad that we live in a society nowadays like this, where we can't come together. At least now, we can come together on YouTube, and we have people that we don't agree with, and they don't agree with us as well. But we all have something in common. We're all being attacked on YouTube by YouTube, and our rights being taken away from us. At the same time, we're being attacked by our own government, and our rights are being taken away from us as well. So what do we do in the meantime? How do we as a society deal with this? Do we accept what they've done, or do we take it to the next level as getting out of the streets? What steps can we do? And the question that I keep asking that, but I still got no answer for it. And I think it's one of those things where I think we're just about late. It's sad to say.
Mystic Days show, he says, I'll tear up some Popeyes red beans and rice. I like that stuff too, but I got the worst case of food poisoning from Popeyes. And then after seeing what Patrick put up, what a Popeyes employee did to that elderly lady, and then
Yeah.
there's been people killing each other over their chicken sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
I know. That's what I'm talking about.
What's the matter with this world?
It's gone crazy. It's gone crazy. It's no longer to help each other. It's for everybody looking out for themselves, and that's it. You know, that's the problem. It's no longer us trying to be, you know, helpful towards everybody like it used to be. Now it's, you know, you're on your own. It's a separation is what they're doing. They're separating everybody and filling their heads with all this trash. And then with the 5G coming out and, you know, and our rights being taken away from us, how much more are we going to be able to take before, you know, somebody snaps completely? And I think they're waiting for that stuff. I think most of the stuff that we see nowadays, we see all the military out there doing drills and practicing for chemical problems, you know, riot problems. I mean, you know, all this stuff, you know, but is it really for this kind of stuff, or is it for them to use that when it comes to time when, if people get mad enough and they get on the streets to, you know, who knows what they're doing nowadays. But the thing is we can't do anything ourselves. We've tried individually to do it. You can't do it individually anymore. You can, but you got to be at the right place and the right time to, you know, to get in there and do what you can. But we're outsiders from our own government. We're even outsiders from YouTube, even though we have this platform that we have and that we can express how we feel certain ways. We still don't have the rights for us to be able to express ourselves how we really feel. Yeah. And then they turn around and they tell you can't do this, you can't say that, you know, and it's like, well, what can you do? I can get up out of my bed, I can walk out into my living room and that, but once I step outside the door or I give my opinion, my view, I'm a terrible person. You can't do that. You can't say those words. You can't do this. You can't act like this. And YouTube's doing the same thing now. You know, they're pushing it to where if your content is not up to par for them to be able to put ads on your channel, then you're gone.
Yeah,
you are seriously gone, and they just don't care.
Undoctrinated Minds is in here. Hello.
Oh, cool. Hello. How you doing today? Nice to see you here.
All right, Omni, quit apologizing, please. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Jenny B, things are getting really good again.
Time you apologize for being on that live. Okay, it's over with. You chit chat.
Yeah, it's getting crazy out there where you can't do anything. You know, the only thing we can do is protect our own families.
The trees aren't even worth burning now, man. Every tree I'm dealing with is like rotted in the middle. It's just weird. I've never seen stuff look like this.
Well,
I don't know if it's from it sucking up all the stuff that's falling out of the sky and causing the tree to rot through the core.
It is. I just went out. Check this out. I just went outside, and at the bottom of my stairs outside my building, in that I got flowers growing that are not even supposed to be pulled out. They're coming. They're about this high, and what do they call them? Snapdragons. They shouldn't even be out right now. They should be dormant, and they're out. You know.
Well, I noticed. I went to my dad's, and it looks like the daffodils are coming up.
See. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, Mystic Days.
Check this out.
It's their platform. Exactly, Mystic Days. It's their platform, so they figure they can do whatever they want to do, and that's fine. But they got to remember something. These channels, all the people, all the creators that are out there, they're the ones that made YouTube the way it is. They're the ones that made YouTube. Without the creators, they couldn't do this.
I'd like to say something about the driver's license is not a privilege. It's a right. And you don't even have to have driver's license. The 14th or the 4th and the 14th Amendment clearly state that you have the freedom to use any public road without fear of being stopped unless you cause property damage or personal injury. Therefore, you don't need driver's license, and this goes to the 14th Amendment, unless you're a commercial driver. Then you need insurance, tags, and driver's license. Other than that, no American that's driving their personal vehicle needs tags, insurance, or driver's license.
Right.
So it's not a privilege, it's a right to use your public roads.
Yep. Exactly.
I'm not yelling, it just pisses me off how this country has bamboozled everybody into believing it's a privilege, and it's not a privilege. It's a right to drive on public roads.
Yeah.
Whew. Man, I'm sorry. But see, state of Tennessee, they've screwed me on my driver's license so much. That's a daggone issue I have with them. And they have screwed up my life over my driver's license that I don't even need.
Yeah, well, that's our government for you.
Hey,
give them an inch to take a mile.
Chicks in the house. Seen this?
Hey,
I've never
Northland.
seen this on StreamYard, but they put a little box up there and it said new comments and had an arrow pointing down. It's never done that.
I don't even see that here. Must be just on yours because you're running it.
Well, my comment must have stopped over here or something.
Born Eraser says, "Hello, I'm back. Just got out of the shower."
Oh man, squeaky
MH,
clean.
how you doing? How you doing, MH? Nice that you came by to visit us.
We got MH in the house.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, about because you're in Hawaii, right? MH. The reason why what I'm talking about right now is I had a guy come up and was looking for an apartment today. He said he left Hawaii. He was paying a 1-bedroom apartment, $1,800 a month. They were only there a year. They said they got to leave. It's too expensive. They can't live there. Is that true? Is it that expensive out there?
MH referred them to you. Hey, Mystic, what I said is the truth. Driver's license, I mean, they want tags and everything on your vehicle so they can track you down quicker. If you do like a hit and run, that way it's easier to find you and stuff. But a real honest person, if you had a wreck, would stay there, you know.
Right. But we just, and that's what we're here talking about, is pretty much about what our rights are and what our rights have been, what rights have been taken away from us.
Did you see that I sent you about Oklahoma, the constitutional right to carry? You can walk around without a concealed carry permit with a loaded shotgun, rifle, and what was it, a pistol?
AR.
And look, nobody can call on you for doing it unless you look like you're causing, or you are causing problems, not you look like.
Mm-hmm. And it can be in open public areas. So, but they're still saying that owners of properties and restaurants, anything like that, if they put a notice in their window saying you can't come in if you have a gun, they have to abide by it. They have to follow what it says. Yeah.
Well, what they're going to have to do, like they did in the Western days, they have a checkpoint where you can, like a coat rack. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right, Jen. We don't have any more left. We don't have our rights left. It's not possible anymore. What right do you got? You got freedom of speech? No, I don't think so.
We have the right to obey the government.
Well, that's about it. We don't have no rights or anything else. Do we have the right to tell him not to put GMO foods in GMO foods for us to eat? Do we have the right to tell him no? No, we don't. Do the farmers? No, they don't. Do we have the right to tell them that they can't be spraying our airs? No, we don't. Do they respect our president that we voted for? No, they don't. Everything that we've tried to do in that, they keep stopping us in every part of our lives. taxation without representation. I mean, you name it, anything there is. How much taxing do you guys need? You know,
well,
that's why we got poor. So many people poor and stuff because of them taking taxes and everything else away from everybody. You can't even get a job to get an apartment because the wages are so low and that, but they still want to take large amounts of taxes away from you.
The government is supposed to be the people's voice, and they twist it around to where they're the daggone people's masters. Well, I mean, what do you call them? We're just subjects in their kingdom.
Yeah, we're slaves.
Yeah.
That's why they're getting rid. Okay, if y'all know, and you guys studied this and did research on this, you guys would know the same thing. That they have taken our rights away from us. And what they've done is they've attacked the middle class. Get rid of the middle class. All you have is the poor and the rich. And the rich will enslave the poor. That's exactly what they're trying to do, guys. You know, and then what was it? Now we got that new Agenda 2030. If you guys have looked into that, that is even crazier.
Well, they just come out with 11,000 scientists saying the Earth needs to be depopulated.
Yeah.
In science journals, I mean, it's in black and white. It's printed on paper.
Right. I seen that. I think I seen that on Santilli show. I think I saw that mentioned something like that.
I've seen it everywhere.
Yeah, but it's ridiculous. You know, it's to the point where you don't have, well, see, and I can't even mention anything without your rights being taken away from you. I can't think of anything where your rights have been taken away from you. You have the right to get up out of your bed and walk out to try to get some water, but your water is poisoned as well too. You have the right to cook your food and stuff and everything, but you can't cook your food because it's going to poison you as well. You can't walk outside without breathing the air without being poisoned as well too. You know, so you have no rights, guys. It's just that simple. And because we have become so complacent in regards to what we do, we have been so dumbed down that we have lost our will to fight. And how do we do that? How do we get back to that point where we actually act like men and act like women and do the right thing? If your child's being attacked in school, you take your kid out of school, but you can't because it's against the law. Okay. But how do you make you're right, but how do you make a stand? How do you actually do something to make a difference? The only thing that we could do is right now is we can get on here and we can talk and we can say about what we feel about the situation. But this is going to come the 10th. We may not be able to do this. We may not be able to come out here and say this stuff anymore because just doing like this video that we're doing now, it might be not right for an advertiser to want to advertise, so they're just going to get rid of it. You see what I'm saying? So your rights are being cut piece by piece by piece, just like, you know, all the other platforms that are out there as well too. Hangouts, they cut that out completely as well. You know, they don't want you. Well, it's still there to talk, but you can't do what we used to do on Hangouts. They got rid of that. Now that what they're doing right now with YouTube, they're doing the same thing, but they're taking it even farther. What other platforms can we go to? DLive? You know, DLive, you know, what about all these other ones? Periscope, you know, hey, Twitch, you know, but this is a great platform that we can do the stuff on, but they won't allow us to say it.
We got VA Moonshine in the house.
All right, VA Moonshine. Hello, how you doing? Nice of you to drop by.
I've been wanting to sip on some moonshine, but I haven't.
Yeah. It's like me this morning. I wanted to sip some wine with Super Dave this morning, but it's like, nah, too early. I can't do it. I got to deal with what I got to do today.
At least he didn't party down like we did that one night.
Oh no, we had a blast that night. That was fun. We had fun that night.
I worked my butt off that night. He made me the bartender.
Yeah, he did. You got drunk. I had to pick you up off the floor a couple of times.
No, pushed me back out on the dance floor.
That's it.
That was fun though.
Yeah, I'm just really happy for Dave. I'm just really happy for him. He's been working hard on it, and he does put out really good stuff and everything out there, and he really treats his people, his subs, really nice, and he's just respectful of everybody, which is really good. Yeah, exactly, Northland. Yeah, but see, that's that. And I was telling John Boy about something like this as well. I've got people that like in my building and that they have to choose between having insurance or having food on the table. What do you choose? This is the stuff that I'm talking about.
Food.
Yeah, food.
I've been there, and then you're not getting much food at that.
Yeah, I got at least 3 or 4 people in my building that have told me they have to pay somewhere between $700 and $800 at the end of the year with their taxes because they don't have insurance. And they said that and what I heard was they stopped doing that. Then why are my tenants telling me that they're still doing it?
That don't make any sense.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
In the first place, what Obama did was illegal. I mean, and if they're still doing it, I think I'd be suing the federal government.
Well, let me ask you a question, John Boy. Did they vote for it and get the opinion of the people?
No. King Obama made it law.
Right. Did we vote on it? No. And you know why we didn't vote on it? Because we have more people employed by government than we do in the public sector. That's why. As long as we have that amount of people inside of government, our voices are not going to be heard, because them people that are in government, that are working for the government, they want to keep their jobs. They want to keep their jobs and keep them making on really good money. And have you noticed most people that are in government, all the way down to like the parks, people working in the parks and that, they make freaking good money. They make really good money. What about the people on the outside of the government? Yeah, well, I've seen it. The outside of the government, the people are starving. Children are dying. We have like 300 children die a year from starvation. 300 children die a year from starvation. It shouldn't happen. And but what do? We send all of our money to Iran. So there's a word, John Boy, we can't be saying anymore either.
Well, you just said it.
I know.
I'm gonna have to take you off my panel.
That's for the 10th, December 10th.
There you go, Mystic. You about ready to check into the hospital. He said he hadn't drank in over a week.
Yeah, Northland. Northland says, we have no children, but we still have to pay school taxes. It's a shame. The government is too big. It is. And it's going to continue to grow. It's going to grow, and it's going to outnumber us, guys. It does already. It's just that simple. We're outnumbered by it, and there's nothing to do about it. And people are not going to stand up. People are going to do like you and me, John Boy, that we're going to get out here and we're going to say how we feel about this stuff and everything. And it's going to go in people's ears, and it's going to go right out, and they're going to go right back to doing what they're doing, because they're not going to make a stand. They're not going to do anything, and they're not going to say anything, because they don't want any recourse coming back to them or their family.
Well, it's like these cops, man. Like my neighbor's shooting that 22 up through my property, and bullets are going by me within 3 foot and shit stuff. Right? Well, right. I finally see the guy doing it, because they said they can't do anything unless I physically see him or catch him on video or something, right? So I saw him. So I called him. Right. They come down there. Now I've been going through this stuff for like 4 weeks. The cop had the nerve. He asked me, well, what happened this morning? And I told him a few shots were fired. I slipped around. I U'd around through the woods to where I could see where he was at. And I saw him shoot. And that cop was like, so you went directly into the line of fire? And I was like, no, all right, this is the thing. I told them, if they don't do anything, I'm going to defend myself. And they knew what I meant when I said I'm going to defend myself. If I get shot at, I'm fixing to shoot back. It's basically what they knew I was telling them when I said I'm going to defend myself if it happens again.
Right.
And then when I said I looped around through the woods, that cop was like, so you must not have been too scared if you walked into the line of fire. I looked at that cop and I said, dude, I've been in the line of fire for 4 weeks now.
Well, if they would have come out and did their job.
Well, they won't, because they call it hearsay. If I say my neighbor's shooting at me and I don't have proof or see it, then it's hearsay. So
Well,
I had to sit there and go through all, but that's what I mean. The government's stupid.
I know. So what did they do? What I remember you saying what did they do when the cops went over there? They took off and ran away.
They hid somewhere.
Yeah, so the cops couldn't even
find them.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
It was ridiculous.
The victim has no rights. The criminal does.
Yeah. Well, that happened in Memphis. This guy was breaking into a car dealership and he was on top of the roof and he fell through the skylight and sued the dadgum car dealership for not having guards on the skylight. I mean, he was there breaking in.
Right.
But he won.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Hey, you know, it's just like the whole thing about the guy that was, you know, doing what he was doing with children that just died in jail. You know,
he didn't die.
There's so many lies. I know, but there's so many lies that nobody knows exactly what's going on.
He's not dead. They acted like he died. Either way, suicide or somebody killed him. He ain't dead. He's at a beach somewhere, martini in one hand and a child in the other.
I'm sure he is. Well, what about all the guys that went with him? How many people went over there to his island?
Well, I'm sure Clinton was right beside him.
You betcha. But yeah, you're right, Jenny. Most laws are useless. Sorry, but not sorry. Exactly. Most laws are useless because they don't care. They actually care about more what happens if them going out and giving out tickets to everybody so they can bring in revenue.
Well, let me tell you this.
It needs to be protected.
Those tickets they give you are called amendments of the law. It's a spinoff of the Constitution. The way they interpret it so they can make it to where you're breaking the amended law, not the constitutional law. If you go to court and you see those American flags with the yellow fringe around it, you're in a maritime courtroom.
Exactly. Exactly. You're right.
I know. Right. I've gone in there, and before the judge come in, I'm standing up in front of the whole court explaining to them what that flag's about, how they can just sit there and walk out right now. You don't plead guilty or not guilty. You try to find out what jurisdiction the court is operating in. Is it a civil matter or is it a criminal matter? They can't answer that because it's neither.
Right.
Unless you did steal something or harm someone, you know, other than that, you can't be in there for speeding or a headlight out or no driver's license. That's all made up crap. And once you plead guilty or not guilty, you agree to play the game by their rules.
Yeah. And if you don't play it by their rules, you're wrong anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference because they make up the rules as they go along as well, too.
The state of Tennessee was trying to get me for $6,000 on some TennCare that was provided to my son through his wife. I mean, my ex-wife or whatever, but that's a long story. She ran off. But anyhow, I asked the court to show me the daggum contract I signed with the state of Tennessee. They're like, well, we don't need a contract. I go, oh, if you're saying I owe the state of Tennessee $6,000, I want to see the contract I signed with the state of Tennessee. Guess what? Judge dismissed it.
Right. They have no choice when you bring it to them in their face, and they can't argue with you. But when they have the little technical, little small fine print stuff in everything, they use it. And they don't care, guys. They don't care. It's all about money. It's about growing, and that's all it is. It's not about us. It's all about them and what they can get out of this. You think these rich people are sitting back wondering how terrible it is for the people that have no money or can't get their kids in to see the doctors and things like that? And do you think the rich people are thinking about this? No, they're not. They're thinking about how they can save their money.
Gas is. They've never pumped gas in their own car to even realize how much a gallon of gas is at the pump.
They're not real people, man. They're not real people. They're a game, and that's all it is. And that's just as bad as that. And then on top of that, we have what do they call them? Actors and actresses pushing the agenda of the New World Order at the same time. Have you seen this thing about this singer? What is his name? Cannon or Cain or something?
West.
Yeah, something like Have you seen the stuff that he's doing?
No.
And then and everybody is just freaking saying, bowing before him, bowing, yes, you're the big one, we'll follow you. It's like, you got to be kidding me. We've got some sick people in this world, and most people are blinded by all this because they don't speak the truth. They only speak what the government wants them to say, or their sick minds want them to say, But what can we do, John? How can we make a difference? How can any of us make a difference, guys? I'm talking to you all in chat. How can we make a difference? What can we do? I was asking.
I don't know, man, because I don't know, man, because they got the election so rigged and stuff. I'm surprised Trump did get in.
Yeah, Jenny B, a robot. Exactly. That's exactly what he is, being used and they're pushing that stuff out onto the children. What was it? There was a report that came out, and I don't remember who said it, and it was just recent, that since, 2003 to now, and they did like the SAT scores, and they checked them, and the kids are stupider than the kids that was back in the 2003s and that. I mean, it's good. The SATs are dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. This is the lowest it's ever been in our country, guys. And that's because of this crap that they're teaching the children, which is nothing except propaganda by the government pushing their stuff on them.
It's not just that. The kids are preoccupied trying to figure out if they're a girl or a boy, because they're pushing that so hard that these kids are worried about, what if they're not supposed to be a boy? What if they're supposed to be a girl?
Right.
I mean, I didn't worry about real life until I was like 14, maybe. These kids are having to make real life decisions at 5 now.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is we as human beings, being the people, citizen of the United States, we have nowhere to go. We have nowhere, guys, to go to stop this stuff from happening, because we can't go to our own government or even our state representatives because they're all in it. We talk about a coup. We got a coup against the American citizens is what we got. That's what we got. And nobody is addressing that issue. Well, they are addressing the issue, but the thing is nobody's addressing the issue about what we can do. And how do we make that change?
In actuality, school is not a law. I mean, children are not required by law to go to school. They can be homeschooled. They just have got the American people believing that it's the law they go to school. It's not.
Right. Well, I'm and another issue that I wanted to talk about real quick, John, was the another word that we're not supposed to say anymore. The where you get shots by your doctor.
Oh.
They're talking about, because of the stuff that's going on right now with all the diseases and everything going on, they're talking about immunizing each and every one of us. And if we don't do it, we will be considered a threat to the country. That's what happens to us. See, this is the stuff that we got to be careful of.
Well, Obama signed that in too, I believe. Forced shots.
Yeah.
They can come to your. If you refuse it, you get locked up somewhere, and they're still going to give it to you somehow.
Yeah. But the thing is we got no rights, John. We have none. If I had a right, I wouldn't be doing this stuff. I wouldn't be on YouTube doing this. I wouldn't be saying anything. The things that we've been saying, that everybody out there has been saying, that all the YouTubers channels that are out here that are wanting to know the truth, and that we have all said the same stuff over and over and over again till we're freaking blue in the face. How much more? It's getting bad. What do you think is going to happen? I got a question for everybody in chat and out there that's maybe listening. What are we going to do if the president does not get revoted back into as president? What do we do? What's going to happen?
We're going to have to bend over and take it like they want to give it to us.
Yeah, but the problem is we can't get nothing done.
That gum, Jenny. You see that?
What is she saying? The recessionist asked me if I wanted to sign for it. They leave leftover blood in tube after testing. Can they send it off for research? What? See? They're experimenting on you too. You know?
Hell, if you listen to the plasma commercials they have, donate blood for plasma or whatever,
right?
They clearly state it's for research and development.
Mm-hmm.
And they claim, help save lives, but their help save lives pitch is actually research and development.
That's it. We're nothing but guinea pigs. Why do you think we got so many people with cancer? Why do we think we got so many children with autism? Why do you think everybody's sick? It's not because of us, guys. It's because of the crap that they're putting in our food, water, air, everything. That's why we're sick. And it's getting worse. Did you know that we're the sickest people in the world?
When I was a kid, I only knew 2 people that had Down syndrome in the first 16 years of my life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Only 2. But now it's way more than that.
Yeah. It's sick. That's what it is. It's just sick, John. It's just sick that you have your rights taken away from you. And when you get your rights taken away from you, like in YouTube, when you got your rights taken away from you, they don't even live up to what they say they're going to do.
I know. I wouldn't have minded a week, but daggum. It said you will be suspended for 1 week and then automatically restored. Yeah. 4 weeks later, nothing.
Nope. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm fixing to have to throw some wood on this fire, y'all. It's getting chilly up in here.
That cold, huh?
Yeah. I'll be back in a second. Hold down the fort.
Oh, no problem.
Oh, I got the wrong.
But everybody out there knows what they're doing to us. And you all know how you feel about it. The question is, how do you really feel about it? And that question, they won't allow you to do. They won't allow you to express, I should say. How you really feel about it, they won't allow you to do it. And if you do, you're going to lose your channel. And if you do say what you want to say in that, you get arrested. We don't live in a PC world, guys, and they want us to live that way. And as long as we continue to do this, and as long as we continue to allow them to continue to take our rights from us piece by piece by piece by piece, this is going to happen. So my question to you guys is this. One question. How do we get together and start some type of protest maybe? I've asked other people this question, and nobody has an answer for this one. Nobody's willing to step in. No one's willing to work with me on this at all because they're too afraid. They're too afraid to do anything, man. And I'm talking about most of all the YouTubers that I talk to. Nobody's willing to do anything because it cuts into their time. It cuts into their family time. Well, yeah, but what about cutting into your rights? Because if you don't do something, your children ain't going to have no rights. And they're going to ask you, Mom, Dad, how come we're like this? And you're going to be embarrassed, man, when your kids come to you and they say this kind of stuff to you. Well, how come you guys didn't stand up and do something? You know, I don't want to be part of that. I don't want to be the one saying, you know, hey, I'm sorry. I should have stood up as a man and did the right things to protect my family. But you've got to do something, guys. You've got to do something. I'm not talking about going out and be violent or anything like that. I'm saying maybe we should get out and protest. Maybe we should get out on the streets and talk about this stuff. Maybe we should take it to our state representatives. I've tried it. They just knocked me down. They said, nope, sorry, we don't even have time to talk to you. If anybody saw that video that I did and I showed you. But that's the reality of it. They don't want you to say anything. They want your mouth to be shut, and they want you to be a good little puppy and do exactly what they want you to do. But you're grown ass adults. You guys are out here talking about this stuff. You guys are out here saying, I can't take this no more. I can't take this no more. I can't allow them to continue to do this to my family, to my country. But we're not doing anything. You know, I've seen some people get out and do some stuff like, who is it? Pete Santelli. He gets out there and does stuff. You know, he'll get out there and do stuff and say what's going on and that he don't care. We've got Patrick. Patrick does the same thing. Patrick goes out there and walks the streets when they have a protest against our president, that he's there shouting out 4 more years, 4 more years. You know, he's doing something. What is it going to take for us to do it? I don't have anybody here in Colorado that I know of. I've looked in Colorado to see if there's any people out here in Colorado that support our president. And if they have any kind of group out here that is willing to stand out here and protest and stand up for our rights in that. There's not. Nobody's willing to do it. And it's, you know, it's sad. It's sad that you guys are stuck in this situation just like all of us, and we're being stepped on. But the worst thing it comes down to, guys, it's not that it's what's our legacy going to look like for the children? What's it going to look like, guys? You know,
Pete Santilli.
Yeah, Pete Santilli. You should check him out, Jenny B. He's got a good show. He's got a really good show. But it's, you know, that the thing is I don't know what the next step to do. All I can do is come out here and talk with you guys and that, and you know, we can talk and we can try to figure something out, but we're not getting any of that. Nobody's willing to do anything. And I don't understand why nobody's willing to do anything. And the question, and my biggest question to everybody out there was this, is I asked you all a while back this question, and not one of you guys have said anything in regards to it. So that's telling me exactly where you stand. You know, you may feel it in your heart and stuff and everything that you have to do something in that. But the thing is, I understand why a lot of you have not saying anything. And it's because you're worried about your family and you're worried about making sure you keep your job and, you know, and everything too. But the problem is even deeper than that is how you're going to keep your job if you have a government controlled and they keep taking from you and you won't have anything left to take care of your own family. That's what I'm saying. It's difficult for each one of us to get out here and do something, just to do something like this and hope that we're not attacked by our own government for the things that we're saying. But the reality is we are. And as long as we continue just to do this is all that's going to happen. So that's the reality. Your rights are taken away.
The link.
Yeah, I saw that.
Pete Santilli's link out there.
I saw that. Exactly, Mystic Days. Need action, not talk. But how do you get that into people's heads? How do you get people to understand that their rights are gone? and then we have to stand up for them now. But the thing is we can't, because we have no people that are willing to stand up. They say they're willing to, but they actually don't in reality. Not like Pete did. Not like what's his name, John? Patrick.
Patrick Wall.
They get out there and they do something. And Patrick was even attacked. Me and John Boy was watching him. He had a MAGA hat on, and they knocked his hat off and tried taking it from him and that, But he's trying. And there's some other good guys out there as well, too, on YouTube that are actually doing something. But do you think they're going to be left come December 10th? I don't know.
That's what Patrick's worried about.
Right, Jenny B. We have to meet up and we have to protest together and shout it out. But the problem is I can't get anybody to do that. Nobody wants to do it. Everybody wants us. It's against what's happening out here, but nobody's willing to do it. I'm willing to do it. I just need some more people to help me do this, because I can't do it by myself. I can try, and I've tried doing it already. I already went to our city and that, and I asked him, told him that I wanted to interview him and talk to him as well too, and they turned me down. They said no, especially when it's going to be a live feed to YouTube, so all of us can see it, and they didn't want that. They said no.
So I'll put Patrick's link in there now.
Cool.
He's got too long of a channel name. It's like New World Order of the Times broadcast.
Right, exactly. But they even attacked him just recently, didn't they, John Boy? Something happened.
Well, he was at that Jane Fonda thing, whatever. But he was wearing his Trump hat, and they attacked him over his hat.
Yeah.
And then that dude that the Secret Service is looking for, that he videotapes children at these rallies, that joker come up attacking them. I saw that live.
Right, the guy exactly, the guy in that small bike. Yeah, I saw that. But see, them are the things that's going on. Antifa gets in there and they infiltrate that, and they want us, and they come in and they start problems and start fights and stuff and everything. But you can't organize without having some problem, because once you organize a protest, they know about it, and they'll be there. I guarantee it. They'll be there. But the thing is we can't be afraid anymore. We can't, because if we continually be afraid, they're just going to steamroll over us completely. Now, you know what they're doing. You've seen, everybody's seen, we all put it all together, and we've seen what's happening to our government, and we see what's happening to the people, and the people are the ones getting destroyed.
You see what Hong Kong's happening over there now?
Yep.
Man, they done loaded up with bows and arrows and Molotov cocktails and
yeah. But see, that's the thing and then people had their guns taken all away from them, and they're fighting. And we have our rights right now for our guns to protect our family. What do you guys think what the government put in the Second Amendment for? It wasn't for the protection of the citizens only. It was to protect us against our own government if they got too big. That's what it was stated in there. And y'all got to understand that. And they are bigger than what we are now. I just finished telling you they're big. They employ more people in government than they do in the public sector. Yet we just stand by and we ignore them.
Now the local cops have got army equipment vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they have all the protection, and we got nothing, guys. We got nothing. Why do you think everybody's out there saying you need to get food, you need to get water, you need to have some storage area to protect yourself and be safe? Because too many people are getting tired and they're getting scared that they got to do something right now to protect their families. That's why everybody's in such a rush to try to get everything taken care of, is because they're afraid of what's going to happen. Martial law can happen, any little thing that can happen, guys. And I'm serious. You can say as much as you want that nothing's going to happen, but it will. As soon as, say, an earthquake, a bad earthquake comes in, they call it martial law right away. Whenever they say evacuation and that's martial law, guys. And then I saw what happened with what was it? Remember the Boston guys that had those bombs, John Boy?
Oh, it's just Stillwater Nations out there. Hello. Now, what happened? The Boston Bombers?
Yeah, remember the Boston Bombers and what they did? Do you all recall what happened there? Did you guys see what happened when they went to people's houses and they went in there pulling the people out with their hands over their heads, and women and children, and drugged them out of their own homes looking for these people? And that's Gestapo type stuff, guys.
They were only looking for 2 people. Imagine when they come after the citizens.
Right. And then that's what I'm saying. And then and what happened? This was during the whole time that the government was pushing out and giving military style weapons to the police department.
Yeah.
You know, why does a police department need a freaking tank?
I don't know. I mean, I understand. You remember in California when they had those what did they do? They robbed something and they had better guns and stuff than the cops.
Yeah.
What was it? They had to go to the pawn shop and get guns to match the gun. I think that kind of kicked it off.
Well, if
you look all the way back to then, that was a deal to make it happen like that.
Well, that was the whole thing with Rodney King, wasn't it? When it started with Rodney King and out there in LA and that, and then it went crazy in that, and they started looting out there.
No, these guys robbed a bank or something, and when they come out,
shooting
at them, and they had so much body armor on, it wasn't doing anything to them, and they had bigger guns than the cops.
Yep.
And I think that's what propelled the cops to start having even bigger guns and army vehicles and stuff, was because of that.
Right.
But I think that was purposely done just so they could instate it,
Yeah, I like what Northland says. It's from enemies foreign and domestic that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And what can you say? That's straight up exactly.
Enemies that are domestic means the people of our country that are acting like enemies, like those Democrats up there.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, yeah, Jenny's right about that.
Nick Welsh, I like what you say as well. Yeah, she says if people think they are safe in their homes, they are not. They can be taken away anytime, and they can be. Have you ever heard of what is it called? What's that word? Eminent domain. What is it called?
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the word, but they can take your home away from you if they want to build
something or whatever. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have no rights. You have nothing. What's this one? People turn over. That's exactly right. We the people can turn our government. It's just getting everyone together. Exactly, Nick. I agree with you 100% on that. But I have to ask you back, Nick. I have to ask you this question. What do we do? How do we get the people together? What do we do? See, that was my biggest problem that I have right now, is trying to figure out how do we get all these people together in each different state to do something, to protest against the government, to whatever we decide to do. But how do we get people together? I think the reason is a lot of people are afraid to do it. I really do. What do we do? Oh, the UN is here in Colorado as well. Yeah, too. And up in Utah as well. Exactly. And what are they doing? They're pushing their laws on our government to get them to change the laws for their benefit, for the UN benefit. That's what they're doing. It's not to benefit us. It's to benefit them. But thank God our president came out a while back when he was at the UN and saying that he's protecting the Second Amendment. Let's hope it stays that way, guys. But until then, we've got to come up with something. We've got to figure this out.
Well, look what you're up against. Look at what the president's up against. I mean, if you really try to get your freedoms enacted, man, you're going to be up against even more than just what he's up against.
Well, and Wolf Lover says the perfect thing: civil war, Nick.
Well, that's what they're worried about.
Well, they're pushing the people to go that direction.
Well,
but that's the problem.
The only reason they're going to go that direction is because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, because we'll be the bad people then, guys. We'll be the bad ones. But they'll be the ones that are saying, "Oh, we're protecting citizens of the United States and what they want." No, they're doing it for their own benefit.
I'm going to tell you what. Those 8 years before the president we have now got elected were the worst 8 years of my life.
You betcha. You betcha. You betcha.
And it's not because of how he ran this country, man. I mean, all the jobs went away. Anything that I was able to do was outsourced overseas.
Right. Northland, you're right. Northland says there are more veterans than the gov paid soldiers. And who's to say they will side with our rights? Exactly. And that's the question. Will the military stand with the people? Will they support the people in what is constitutionally right? Now, did they take the oath that they were when they went into the services? Yes, they did, to protect from domestic as well.
Yeah, but you got some in there. It's going to be half and half.
Yeah, that's the problem. But as long as we continue to have our guns, guys, we're going to be safer. And you can ask anybody from China, what happened with China?
Really.
Well, better than when it's worse over there without their guns. And most countries.
Well, I understand that. But this is going to be the problem. Everybody that's got a gun legally is registered. So the government knows exactly where everybody is. So when they decide to come, that's why they're going to shut the power off. So nobody knows they're coming to take their guns. And nobody can get word out that, hey, they're taking my guns over here because the power grid is down. It's fixing to happen, y'all. They're fixing to take everybody's guns slick like.
It's crazy, but the problem is we've got great creators out here. I mean, everybody out there that has their own little shows and stuff, from the small to the large shows that are out here and that. We've got to come together. We've got to set our sides aside and do what's right for our country. We've got to do something, guys. But what do we do? We can't joke around with this anymore. We can't play games anymore with this situation because it's gone far beyond that. It has become reality in our own country. And I feel sorry for us all for what's going to happen here. And if he's not elected as president again this year, come to 2020, guys. 2020. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who they're going to have in there and what they're going to change and how they're going to and what area they're going, what way they want to go. But from what we're seeing the negativity that's going to be happening to us.
Well, those people on the Democratic side, I don't see anybody that should ever even been put in office anywhere. Any kind of government position.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're going to try to run for president. I mean, you got Biden. I mean, I don't care. All Trump did was sit there and tell Ukraine, hey, that investigation that the Democrats got y'all to stop investigating, y'all need to reopen. They were investigating that in 2016, right?
Yeah.
That's all Trump was asking. Reopen up that 2016 investigation because it's all messed up.
Well, they won't do it because for the simple reason is they've been caught and they don't want us to go in that direction. They've been caught. But it doesn't matter anymore, even with our own government. Even the things that they do so bad to us that are criminally done to us, they still in office, and there's been no charges pressed against any of these people. You know, that's the part that freaks me out. Is if we did something like that, we would be locked up. You know, we'd be locked up big time. But we don't have representation for us anymore here in this country. It's representing their pockets, not us. That's what it comes down to. They may go in there with good intentions when they go into government and that when they first start off, and they may be pushing for the agendas for good things for the people. But sooner or later, it comes to the pocket where they need to stand with their community. And if you're by yourself, you don't want to be standing out there by yourself. So what do? They go along with it. And that's what's happening. But it's sad to say that we can't control our own government when it's supposed to be controlled by us. And everybody's letting it go. They're all saying it's okay. And apparently most of the people in the world in our country saying the same thing too, because nobody's willing to stand up and do anything.
I was trying.
I know you were, John. I know you were. But the problem is people think it's a joke out here when you're serious about stuff and that. They think it's some kind of freaking joke in that, and it's not. It's not a joke. It's reality.
All we're trying to do is bring attention to the rights we're losing every day in this country.
Exactly.
That's why I'm doing the John Boy for President thing, man.
Exactly.
It don't matter if I make it or not. If I can just get it out there and have people hear how their rights are being destroyed and trampled on. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, I guess people think it's easier if they just don't buck the system and sit back on their couch with a big bag of potato chips and watch TV.
It is.
Or watch some fruit job in his dadgum man makeup that makes 12 million views in 20 hours. I mean, really? Come on.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad to say, was it?
Well, pretty much Enlightened. Enlightened says, don't worry about everyone else. What are you going to do, Manny? Nothing like everyone else. They already have won. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to figure out myself. I'm trying to figure out what I can do as well. But that's why I'm asking you all, what can we do? I'm trying to understand this as well, too. And I'm not worried about everybody else. I'm worried about our country right now. I'm worried about what we're going to do about it. And that's where it comes down to. It's not a matter of just being me. It's a matter of what we can do. We have to have we've got to have some ideas and views out here, different opinions, guys, and what we can do.
Well, that is true, Enlightened.
Yeah, it is. It is true. They have us beaten. I'm going to try to survive. You're right. And that's exactly what I'm saying. What do we do? I don't want to be surviving just by myself. I want us to try to come together if we can. Exactly, Enlightened. Nobody will rise up. They won't. They won't do it. Because and the reason, I don't know. Everybody has their own opinions and their views and stuff and everything. Why they don't want to stand up or do something about it or try to figure something out about it.
Yeah, tell that story again.
Yeah, so let me so you guys, good idea. Enlighten says, Enlighten, he tried to go talk to the mayor in Colorado, but he got shunned. Exactly. What it was is I got so mad about what's going on with at us being a sanctuary city. I wanted to go talk to the mayor. So I sent in the paperwork and everything, and I waited. They said it could take up to 4 weeks to 6 weeks. Well, it came back like in about, I think, 2 or 3 weeks, somewhere in there it was. And they said, no, thank you. They just told me straight out, if I have any other concerns, and please write them and let them know about it. You know, that's pretty much about it. But that's what's going on. You can't even talk to a mayor of the town. You can't even walk up to him and talk to him. You can't say anything because they think that, I don't know if they think they're gods or something, or they have better rights than us. You know, I don't know. But this is this kind of stuff that they do. They don't care about us. They care about what's going on in their pocket. And Enlightened is 100% right. He is. Now, are we going to have to turn around and just worry about ourselves only and protect our own families and that, and whatever happens out there happens, or we are, or
that will be short lived.
Yeah. And that's what's going to happen, because, and that's exactly what Enlighten is saying too, because he's saying the same thing. Because if they come to your door to take your guns from you, who's going to be there to support you, John? Nobody is.
Nobody.
And then they're going to go to the next person next door, and they're going to go for them next. Who's going to support them?
Exactly.
See, that's what's the problem is. But Enlighten is right. You have to look out for your family, and you have to be able to survive all this shit. But the problem is that all we're going to be able to do? You know, that's the scary part. Are we going to, when this all comes in, when the New World Order comes into existence completely?
Well, this is how I've done it. I've went around telling people what's going to happen. If they don't believe what I'm telling them, then I know I don't have to worry about them. And it's all stemmed down to I've told everybody I know and everybody I've met. Nobody seems to want to believe it, so it looks like I'm by myself.
Yeah. Exactly. Enlightened. They're experimenting on us, man. They're collecting data by having those cities. Well, they're actually, yeah, exactly. These immigrants, exactly. Corralling all these immigrants. And that's exactly what they're doing here in Colorado. I can't say anything to him. I can't say anything. Enlightened. I seriously can't say nothing to him. The only thing I can do is follow what the law says that I can do, even running this business.
They're getting kickbacks. Guarantee you.
Yeah. But they feel that they're entitled. They're entitled better than you guys. And you guys are the ones that that make this country. You, the guys, are the ones and women that are out there working your butts off, taking care of your family and paying your taxes and paying your bills and doing everything that you can do to make sure your family is safe and secure. But then you got the government coming in there, and they're telling you can't even raise your kids the way we want you to raise them.
What's the first sentence in the Constitution? We the people. I was stoking the fire, y'all.
And Jenny B, you're right. Everyone is asleep. They're not asleep. But what about us? We're awake. What can we do? I know a lot of people say protesting ain't going to do anything. Voting ain't going to do anything. So if that's not, if we can't even do that to get our points across to help change things in our country, what other option do we have left? There's only one.
Stand up for our rights.
Exactly. But it's not going to happen. Just like Enlighten said, it's not going to happen. That's not going to happen that way.
Well, look,
because it's already been taken over completely.
Look at the Bundy deal and trying to take over the ranch lands there.
Well, they shot Lavoie. That was Lavoie, right? Yeah. Right there, right next to his truck.
Yeah. And all they were doing is going to another town to have a meeting about what was going on, and the government come in and stopped them. I mean, killed the dude.
Right. And what did they do to Santilli? They put him in jail for filming.
680 something days or whatever, 600 something days he spent, and the federal judges and everybody was making up lies, and they wouldn't let him have his own witnesses or anything, just like they're doing the president now.
Right. You're accused.
That's why we support Pete Santilli, because he's been there. He's been through the ringer. I've been through the state government here. I know what they're capable of, and I can only imagine the federal government court system and what they're capable of.
Yeah. But the sad thing is I just keep coming back to what Enlighten said, and he's 100% right, John Boy.
Look at this.
In New Jersey, it's now illegal to warm your car up. New Nazi. Yeah, it's here too. I just saw it. That little snowstorm that we had in Enlighten. We just had a storm just not too long ago, just a few days, like a week ago, and come on the news, and they call it puffing. They call it puffing here in Colorado. That they gave out like all kinds of tickets and everything for people puffing.
You know what? I guarantee if you get in that car manual and you read starting your car in cold weather conditions, it will tell you to let it warm up.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a hodgepodge in the house. How's it going?
Hey, Hodgepodge, how you doing? Yeah, Hodgepodge, you're right. You're right. See, it's all for our fault. It's all to make us fall. It's all a matter of controlling. Man, yeah, for warming up your car, for warming up your freaking car. Jesus,
that is ridiculous, right there. I mean,
that's as bad as that little kid that I was saying a while back that during the summertime had a little lemonade stand. And they went and counseled her down, tore her down and everything, said she couldn't do it because she didn't have a permit.
Yeah.
You know, a little child. See, it doesn't matter. They're even yelling at the little kids about this kind of crap and everything, you know? You got no rights. You can't do anything. You have to get a permit so they can get more money. Just to say something, just to have a protest, just to have a little a lemonade stand for a little kid trying to make a couple of dollars, you know? And this is how they treat them.
That's what we're trying to do, enlighten, get the people fired up.
That's it, man.
Gummit.
We've got to enlighten.
There ain't many people out here talking about what's going on with our rights in this country. Everybody's just sitting back with a daggone bowl of popcorn, watching the little show that the Democrats are putting on. And it's a big deal, y'all. I mean, it's a big deal. These jokers are lying every which way to Tuesday. They're making up. I mean, the whistleblower. They're protecting the whistleblower. They made a law.
Yeah.
And if you listen to Pete Santelli, you'll see where that law came from. A China-funded company. I mean, it's deep. It's so deep, people couldn't imagine.
Right. But we got to do something. We've got to do something, though, John Boy. We've got to. Watch. Look at this. Look at this. What Nick Welsh said. Can you pull that up, John? Nick Welsh. What he said there.
That one?
Yes. Look what he says. We can cite and we can talk about it all day. They don't care, folks. We, the people, have to make a stand and overturn the government. They work for us.
Exactly.
100% right.
They're supposed to be our voices.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Super Dave, glad you're here, man. And again, yeah, exactly. Again, my friend, congratulations on being monetized, man. That's a good goal. You made it. And next one, like you said, 50,000. We'll be there with you, Dave. We'll be there with you. But yeah, and look at it. Enlighten even says, how about 5 cops versus the guy eating breakfast?
Hey, I had 7 cops on me one time, and all I did was walk out of the house to see why they were in the yard. Yeah, and then I had to go to the med after that. And all I did was walk outside and ask them what's going on. Had no idea it was me because the neighbor sat there and called in a domestic disturbance. And in all reality, me and my wife had her nieces and nephews, and they had friends over and were trying to get them dressed to go to church.
Right.
Well, there's commotion going on, and the neighbors call up saying there's domestic violence. And then the kids are like, what are the cops doing out in the yard? And I walk outside. I go, what y'all doing here? Next thing I know, wham, wham, wham. They're getting me for domestic abuse. And I wasn't even having a domestic issue other than getting kids ready for school, church.
Right. Look at Northland says, yep, I heard about that. That's a teaching of police state for the kids not to question the law. It's so messed up. That's not the America I grew up with. Exactly. None of us grew up like this. Not the way it is now. Not at all. It's sick out there, man. It is sick out there, and each one of us has a responsibility to our family and to each other. We have to be responsible. We have to work together. We have to try to do something, guys. But it's hard to get past that. And I understand what you're saying, and like, it's too late. It's to that point where we got to survive individually, and that's the scary part about it all.
Well, my plan's in place.
Well, I think all of us already have our plans in case something may happen. But
I'm already at my first base camp. This got me out into the middle of the deep woods.
Right.
And once the stuff hits the fan, I'm leaving here and just living off the land out in the middle of nowhere. I got miles and miles and miles. They might buy me, but is it going to be worth their time?
Hey, as long as there's one person out there, John Boy, that's fighting against them, to them it probably is. Because a person like you out there saying stuff left by yourself and that, they don't want you to get more people to think about what's really going on in the world.
I can't get anybody around here to see the big picture at all.
Yeah. It's crazy. But the thing is how do we do something? How do we protect our families from the GMO foods? How do we protect them from the fart, the dust that's coming out of the planes? How do we protect our family? We can't.
I can't even grow. I didn't even try to grow a garden this year because the year before last, every time my squash would bloom, and when it goes to it'll bloom one day and then it closes, and that's when it starts making the vegetable, right?
Correct.
I go out there the next morning, the bloom is on the ground, every one of them. So finally, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna catch the bug that's doing that. So I got a sandwich bag and put around that bloom with a rubber band on it, right? Next day, it was off the stem. I'm like, well, it's not an insect because the insect didn't get to it, and there wasn't an insect in the blossom or in the bag. It's the chemicals they're spraying, man. It's killed all the native grass that used to be wild edible stuff around here.
Right.
It's like they're putting can I say this, a spermicide out?
Yeah.
It's making the plants not regenerate seed. My maypops, you know what a maypop, a passion flower?
Yeah.
Wild apricot. Man, I used to get a bunch of them. This year, they made little bitty maypops, and then the whole plant died.
Yeah.
The dadgum, what are those black and orange butterflies? But the worms, monarch. Worms feed off the maypops. They didn't even come out this year. I mean, I'm watching what's going on.
I know what's going on. We're being screwed in every direction. We're being stepped on every day. Every freaking day we have to deal with this on YouTube and our own government, and stepping outside of our doors, and that we have to deal with this stuff. This is the stuff that we have to do something about. But the thing is it's hard to get past it. Even like Enlighten is saying the exact same thing that I'm saying. Is this too late? Is this too late for us? Some people are saying yes. Some people are saying, well, we can still fight. Well, how do we fight? What way can we fight? That's my question, and I still can't get an answer. I'm just trying to figure it out, guys. I'm just trying to understand this stuff, and it's making no sense. When we see good stuff happening, we stand behind it and we support it, right? That's the way people do it. But we have our constitutional rights, and that I would think that would be something that we would stand up for as well too, something good. But we can't get people to do it. Yeah, they're exactly. Well, they want plant burgers.
Trees out here. These trees out here are dying, and the top quarter of them are falling out, right? And when they hit the ground, they already look like they've been on the ground for over a year.
Right.
But if you cut down the rest of the tree, there's still wood on the outside, but the core of them is, I don't know, rotted. I don't know how to explain
it's dying. It's dying for the roots up. That's what's going on. They don't care, man. They don't care. It's all about them and not about us. It's about what they can do so they can have more power and be able to control what's going on and make us their slaves. And that's what's happening right now. They want control of us so they can tell us what to do so we can make money for them. And while they sit back on their butts and do nothing, you know, it's all part of that 2030 agenda and all that stuff. You know,
well, it's going to be before then. They're probably even going to beat the 2020 one, whatever it was, Agenda 21. I mean, it's bad, man. I'm telling you. I used to have Wild Deal. I mean, it was just a problem around here. Man, that stuff barely even grew this year.
What's this that Mystic Days is saying?
It takes all of us, not just one.
Exactly. But before that, Brent Franklin said it best. Those that would trade freedom and independence for false sense of safety deserve neither. It's true. It's true. If you don't stand up and you don't say nothing about what's going on in your own country and that, then and you acknowledge it and you allow it to happen, then you are given into it. You are part of the problem and not the solution.
Well,
yeah,
you know,
exactly, Super Dave. Exactly.
I'm going to tell you what the trees look like around here. It looks like somebody trimmed the tops of them.
I believe it. I
All
believe
the
it.
trees have flat tops on them, even the pines. The pines aren't even pointy anymore.
I didn't see that, Jenny B. I'm trying to find
What's that?
She says, Mystic says, hit towns hall meetings. I must have missed that.
Oh, that was earlier, yeah.
Okay, I must have missed that. But yeah, it's trying to get to those things and trying to deal with these guys. It's funny. When you go to a town meeting, it's not they have the way they want to discuss stuff. Everybody knows that. They have it in order. And then they have people that are already set up to come up and speak. So I would have to do something like that. I would have to try to figure that out. And I haven't tried that one yet, but I will take a look at that. Thank you. That's a good idea. I will try. I'm trying myself, guys, and I gave up for a little bit, but I'm hot under the collar again, especially after YouTube did what they did. And it's coming out on the 10th. And it's put a fire underneath my hiney, and I'm just thrilled about it. Yeah, exactly, Enlightened. Exactly. We're all so sedated.
Well, that's because of what they're doing to us with the food and the water and the air.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I drink well water. But I'm starting to wonder about that because, you know, it rains and the water soaks through the ground. And
all I know is I'm disgusted of all the water that we have, especially if I heard that freaking thing just recently here in Colorado. They tested our rainwater. It's filled with plastic.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, Jenny B. It's like we're all become numb. It is. It's like, yeah, that's just another thing they're going to do to us again, you know? And that's how people are feeling because they don't know what to do. Everybody says you can't fight City Hall. Hey, we can't even fight freaking having clean water or having food that's not poisoned. We can't do it alone in our town. No, Mystic Days, we can't. But we can come together and we can plan and we can at least try to do something. But how and where and when, I haven't the slightest idea. What it costs, I don't know. You know, I'm just trying to figure out how I can get some people in Colorado to come with me. But I can't get nobody even in Colorado. Family members, friends, nobody. They don't want to. Well, I got family. I don't know what happens if I get arrested. I lose my job, you know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I understand that. I really do. And they're afraid.
I mean, I run into a problem my own family members. I tell them about how the law does around here, and they're like, well, don't buck the system. I'm like, man, I'm just wanting my rights. I'm not bucking the system. I'm wanting what is mine, my rights.
They're saying you don't got any rights.
Right.
That's what they're saying. By not allowing us to say the things that we're saying, and that like right now, we don't have the right. And YouTube is pushing that and saying exactly, you don't have the right to say it. See, and
YouTube, in their own words, give you a list of rules and then say, but they're subject to change them at their discretion.
Yeah. In other words, their word means nothing. Yeah, exactly, Jenny B. And they sit back and laugh at us. Yeah. Like we're a joke. Yeah, but I tell you one thing though, if something happened, if somebody showed up at their places and they wanted to attack them, they have their whole security with guns and everything else protecting them, right? They have the best of the best. We got crap. For fake money, paper with neat designs on it, we're destroying our world. Yeah, and like you said before, Enlighten, we're destroying our planet. But they don't give a damn. They don't care, guys. And that part you guys and all of us need to understand. They don't care. If they cared, they would have not done this to any of us. And then they push the law saying it's the law. You have to follow exactly what we say. And we're supposed to be these little puppets that say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Would you like me to give you some more? Here, take some more taxes from me. Yeah, exactly. We outnumber them all. Yeah, exactly. But you look at the people in freaking Hong Kong and look at what they did. This is a 21-year-old kid that got out there and got these people together. Look what he did. And we're grown-ass men, and we can't even stand up and go out and fight for our own country. Yet we let our freaking veterans go out and fight for us? No, well, Enlighten, we heard something different about that. Only because he says that there was only four emojis, or you lose your channel. They said 2 now. That's what they were just telling Dave, because Dave just got monetized, and Dave was saying that they told him that you only could have 2 emojis, and then it's an attack not on the creator of the channel, but the person that did it in chat.
Oh yeah, and by the way, congratulations to Enlighten. He got monetized too.
Oh, right on, man. Congratulations, Enlighten.
Is it 2 or 4? I mean, and is it the person in the chat that's doing it that's going to lose the channel? Or is it the channel that's allowing it in the chat?
I thought it was for the people, the person that was in the chat writing the stuff.
Man, I'm getting a headache and a half, and I don't ever get headaches.
Exactly. We outnumber them, and haven't demonstrated it like we should. Exactly. But we've got to, guys. We've got to. You guys know where. Look, I'm just trying to express myself about what I see, what's happening, and what I see happening is we are not going to be able to do anything. They are in control completely right now. All they got to do now is to enforce it all. All right. They've already got the water all messed with the chemicals and everything. They have already got our food all jacked up and everything as well, too. They've already got our government running the way they want it to run in that. So how do we do it?
Well, they did have it until the president got in there. And they want him out of the way.
Yeah, so because he's a cog in. Yeah, because he's pushing it at him. The rights for the people. I'm hoping he is. See, that's the thing is I don't trust any of them anymore. I like some of the things that the president has done, but of course I don't like some of the stuff that he does. But that's normal for every president that goes in there. But the thing is he made that statement about our guns, and I feel once they do take them, then that's it. They will implement all this stuff. And as long as we continue to fight against it, hopefully we can keep our guns to protect our families. And that's what it is. It's not for doing anything criminal. It's for protecting our families and what's right by the law, which the law gives us the right to do. But they don't want us to do that anymore. It's just ridiculous. If that's the case, they need emojis off, period. Exactly, Mystic Days, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, he's an actor. It's them versus us. Exactly, Super Dave. We don't know who to trust.
Y'all can trust John Boy. John Boy for president.
There it is. We need to get somebody in there, man. We need to get in there. We need to fight to get in there, Nat, but there's not nobody out here that's willing to make a stand. We have a Pete Santelli that's willing to do the stuff and that, and he's trying to do what he can on his side in that. We've got Patrick out there trying to do it as well, too. We've got a lot of people out here trying to get the word out. And every one of you are doing it on your channels. Every one of you are pushing the stuff out and saying, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? And saying exactly the same things that I'm saying. But they think that us continuously repeating ourselves over and over, we're going to get tired of this and we're just going to go away, or we're going to wait for the one day when they finally push the issues on us and get rid of us all up here.
What is that?
Exactly. You can't do that either. I know. You can't even put that in there. That's the part that you know, it just doesn't make sense. It's just like rules. Follow them. If you don't follow them, go to jail. Can't speak on any certain topics in that without using politically correct words. So you can't express yourself about the situations that you're going through, or you're having to deal with the government, or even just trying to go out and talk to somebody about any old day thing, and that you got to be exactly right or you're going to get arrested. Believe me, you've got to be careful on everything that you say out there now, no matter who you talk to.
Wow.
Yeah, Jenny B, you're right. This girl over here have no problem melting off to the government officials. Nobody scares me. They can take their holier than thou ass straight to the moon. Yeah, exactly. There you go, Mystic Days. Yes. Exactly. I just don't understand it. You know, why we as a nation of people don't do something about it. And I keep asking myself that question, and I keep bringing it up, guys. And I'm sorry if I keep bringing it up, but it's true. What can we do? We could do our little part that we can do individually, yes, by doing this and getting on YouTube and saying what's right and what's wrong, and then what we see and give our opinions on it. But what do we really do? You know, I don't have the slightest idea. I'm just trying to survive just like each one of you guys are. But I see it even a little bit harder, though, because I have tenants. And I see that what they're going through. And I'm like, oh, my God, you know, it would be so simple if we lived in the times that we used to live, where actually we cared about our neighbors and about what other people are doing in our country and that.
Well, look, I was at the small town grocery store. It's a big grocery store for a small town. And they got like a hot deli or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it was toward the end of the day, and the dressing looked all dried up. And I was like, what y'all do with this stuff after, you know, at the end of the day? She goes, well, if it's good enough to reuse the next day, we will. And if it's not, we throw it away. I go, well, is there not a place you can take this food that you're going to throw away and feed some homeless people or something? And she's like, they're not allowed to.
That's right. They're not allowed to. That's sad, huh? That's really bad. Yeah. That is really sad. You know, I like what Enlighten says too here. people will stab you for a chicken sandwich. We have been collectively institutionalized. Yes.
Just like the jailhouse, man.
Yeah.
They'll cut you over to peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I mean, it's crazy. They have institutionalized this country.
Oh yeah. To the point where you don't have anything. That's why it cracks me up. I have no problem with people smoking weed. That's their own business. But I understand why they did it in Colorado. And that's to dumb the people in Colorado down so that they don't fight back. And I think that's what they're doing right now, because marijuana does make you mellow and it does shut you down and that, and But the thing is it's big here in Colorado. I mean, you walk down the street and it's on every corner.
I'll tell you from my experience, if somebody pisses me off, it doesn't stop me. I mean, yeah. I don't smoke it anymore, but when I did, man, it didn't affect me like, I don't know. It didn't make me. I mean, it had to chill me out, but I could react to real life situations when needed.
Yeah, but some people can't. See, and they get and which I understand. But the thing is I see what they're doing. I see how they're acting towards us all and everything, and I see that they're making our views and that not important. Your opinions don't matter.
They, look at all the movies of people smoking pot. They're all like, "Hey man, yeah, it's cool." So everybody smokes pot, thinks that's how they're supposed to act.
Right.
I have learned how to run more equipment and set up machines and everything under the influence of marijuana and not had a problem. I mean, I don't do it anymore. I haven't done it in a while. I can pass the test anytime anybody wants me to take one. But I'm just saying my experience, and for me personally, it didn't affect me like I see it affect others. There's some people, like you said, man, they get couch locked. They can't get off that couch, can't get the game controllers out of their hands.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
The worst drug out there is alcohol.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody can function when you get to a certain limit.
Exactly. But the thing is it's gone to that point where how, when, and where is there going to be a change in our country for the better, for the people?
And I'll tell you another statistic about pot. There's never been a case of anyone overdosing on it, ever. Ever.
Yep. Or they're in Colorado. We've had a few people that, what do they call them? Edibles. Ate more than what they should have and landed up in the hospital.
Well, that's because they freaked out. The most they can do is make you go to sleep. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on my opinion there, but that was my opinion. I just let everybody know.
Well, and then that's right. Everybody has their opinions and their viewpoints on stuff and everything, and that's good. That everybody, we can't be alike. We'd be all like robots with the same freaking mindset, which our government wants us to do, just the way that some people have said we're like robots, here in the chat. Yeah, exactly, Enlightened. Same here. Everyone, everywhere is smoking weed. I agree. They want us to be docile. Yeah, that's what it is. And as long as we're like that, and we don't make a stand, this is going to continue. Exactly, Enlightened. Exactly. But what do we do, guys? That's my question I keep asking. What do we do? Is it too late? Is it too late for us to get out and fight back? Or do we just sit back and let it roll over us now?
I don't know.
That's a question. That's a question that we should all of us should be asking ourselves. That's the question.
You're the only person I know.
No, there's thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that are out there thinking the same thing that I'm thinking.
Yeah, but they're not near me. You're not
Right.
near me. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I've tried talking to people. I can't even get them to understand what's going on above their heads, and I can show them where they're, what's that daggum college. But anyhow, they've admitted to they're doing solar engineering. I mean, it's in paper now.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but we got to fight back, guys. And I'm not talking that we have to physically fight, even though I think one day it may happen in our country. In that, I think we need to do some changes. You know, it's not going to change, and that's the sad part about it. So each one of us has to do our own thing and try to protect ourselves, just like Enlighten said, because that's where I'm starting to be. You know, I'm starting to figure out that I'm got to take care of my family, and that's it. To heck with everybody else, because nobody else is willing to do anything. Or I get in the mindset it's done, it's over with, because we can't do anything. You know what I'm saying?
The problem's going to be, like Mystic said, wait till it's anarchy, then fight. Well, when it becomes anarchy, there's going to be people killing everybody they can just so they can take their supplies and stuff, you know.
That's a possibility.
It's not going to be two-sided. It's going to be individually sided. And you're going to have some whack jobs out there.
Yeah, exactly. And there's enough whack jobs already out there.
Well, I got one neighbor that I asked him, what are you going to do when the crap hits the fan? He said, I'm going to kill everybody in the neighborhood so I can have all their stuff. Well, I'm not going to mess with you, though. I'm like, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly, Mystic. What are you going to do? Wait till the anarchy and then fight?
It'd be too late. That's what made me, say what I said.
I know, and that's exactly what everybody else is thinking as well, too. It's too late. We can't do nothing. We can't fight the government. It's too big. But every step that we take, we get kicked back 3 steps back. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. And I just want to just make everybody understand that there's people like me out here that are just very concerned about what's going to happen. And I know you guys are too. I know you guys, because I've listened and I've heard you guys and on your channels talk about this stuff. You know, and we've got to do something, guys. It can't be just our families, individual families that we're going to help. We can't. And I'm not talking about what they used to say a long time ago. What is it? Hillary came out. We got, or something about we have to raise our children like a village or whatever. You know, whatever she was saying. You know, we can't do what she says, because that's a bunch of bull anyway.
When they told everybody to store up enough food and water for 6 months, they're going to kill the power across the whole United States and start taking everybody's guns that are registered. And nobody will be able to get in contact with anybody to let anybody know what's going on in their each individual community.
Well,
that's how we're going to do it.
Yeah, why do you think they're in California? They're banning the freaking towers for the repeater towers for ham radios. You know, they're trying to cut off communication, guys. The only communication that they're going to have is what they want. You know, and that's what it comes down to.
T-Mobile's got 5G. They're advertising on their commercials. We're reaching more places than anybody with our 600 kilohertz signal. They've got it going now.
They're killing us, because if everybody knows about frequencies and that, and a lot of you are and know about this stuff, and a lot of you do, The frequencies that we run off of and our planet and our ground and everything that we have run off about a 528 megahertz. And they're pushing all this other different megahertz coming at us, guys. And that stuff is going to sit right outside your doors and that. It's going to come right through your windows and your buildings and that. And it's going to hit you. But check this out, too. I don't know if I'm right or if I'm wrong on this, but I did hear about 5G that they're going to want to charge you for it on top of it. So they want to kill you, and they want to charge you on top of that 5G.
I don't know.
So I don't know. I'm not sure myself. So don't quote me on it. I'm just asking that question if anybody knows for sure, because they're saying that if you want to upgrade from the 4 to the 5 and that, you got to pay for it.
I know Richie from Boston put out a thing on these LED street lights and how they're weapons, and I don't know if anybody saw that. But man, they've got these antennas on there that actually scan you as you're walking by, and they can put out, I don't know how they do it, but anyhow, it's got 480 volts running to this thing. When the LED lights are operating off like 12 volts. I mean, come on.
Yeah, exactly, Mystic. Mystic says, no matter what happens, most are screwed. They already have space societies. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we can cut it. We can cut them down. We can cut them down, North Tick. We can cut them down and get rid of them and stuff and everything. But
just put them back up.
Yeah.
Plus, they'll have you on camera doing it, and you'll be locked up, and they ain't got to worry about you doing that again.
Oh yeah, just take you to FEMA camp, lock you up, and then reprogram you. You know, hey, with all the stuff that they're doing, and we see all the stuff that's going on between 5G and the way that we have to live nowadays and everything, we know what they're doing, guys. Put it all together.
Hell, it's unbelievable the stuff they have over the interstate and stuff is actually X-raying inside the vehicles.
I know.
And people don't know it, man. I showed one. I got a video of one they just put up in Jackson. And it's a bridge going across the interstate.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a structure that's stronger than a bridge itself, and it's actually housing all the wiring and stuff in it. And they're X-raying everything that goes through there.
Right.
I can't get that video didn't get very many views.
Well, and they're not going to push it out either. You know?
No.
See, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
And who we're up against as far as the internet and stuff is the AI, man. That AI is everywhere the same. It's just about like God, man. It can watch what everybody's doing at the same time.
Yeah. Exactly. And Enlightened, you're right. You know, my little bug bag won't be enough. I'd be lost without my phone. Yeah, we all would.
Hey, I'll leave all my electronic stuff at home when I get in the car and leave because I don't want them tracking where I'm going.
Yeah.
I do. I don't bring anything with me.
Well, but you know, then that's the thing is you're being tracked no matter what. You walk outside your front door. They got you on cameras. You know, everything.
They've got license plate readers everywhere that you don't even know they're at, man.
Right. Yeah, remember
everywhere.
John Boy, remember a while back when I told you my buddy got hit by a car and he died just recently? Well, not too long ago. Good friend of mine and my wife's and that. And he rides his bike out to his house and rides his bike over here to help me out around the property. And that his name is Dave. And he was really slow. You know, his mentality was probably like about a 12, maybe 10, 12 or 11-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And he comes out here all the time because he has nobody in that. So he comes out here to where we're at and that, and he comes and spends holidays with me and my wife. Well, he passed away the other day. He went. Oh, I'll be back with you guys in a moment. I got to deal with this.
All right.
For a minute, Jumbo.
All right. Oh man, y'all. I hate that he had to quit in the middle of a sentence or a story, I should say. But it's just crazy, y'all. They had something happen up in Jackson, Tennessee, man. It was like it was like a roughneck neighborhood, right? And somebody got killed in there. Well, somehow or another, I get, ex boyfriend or whatever, but a tag reader caught the ex boyfriend's car in that vicinity around that time, and that's how they caught the guy. Yeah, that facial recognition, that's why I do like I do. And I usually have these on so they're not looking at my eyes, but it's too late now. They've already scanned my eyeballs. That's why I do it like this. I mean, I know they know who I am, but to an extent, they don't. Oh, I got quiet because I was reading chat. It's starting to cool down here again. I don't want to use up all my wood tonight. Dadgum, I'm looking over here at YouTube, and the Last Stand's still talking. How far behind? He just left. Is that not crazy? Is YouTube that far for everybody or just me? Oh, man. I had this on top chat over there. Yeah, if you don't have it on live chat, you won't see everybody that chats. What is that? The aisle 7, they're tracking faces. It's insane. Man, they're tracking everything. Why do you think there's so many UPC or what those barcodes everywhere? Even your tags got barcodes on them. I usually get my permanent marker out and I start marking through those bar tags on my tags. I mean, barcodes on my tags. I'm trying to keep up this chat. Who y'all got up this morning? It was that 16 degrees. It was that cold the morning before, too. Oh, man. And then when the dadgum, I watched Good Morning America. Memphis was 11 degrees this morning, right? They're up in Boston saying it's a cold 28 degrees here in Boston. 28. It's 11 in Memphis. Come on. They didn't show. I mean, then they went down to some cold temperatures, but it was like in the high 20s. They weren't showing the single digits, man. You get up like Missouri had 6 degrees and Kentucky had some single digits. I always put a show on for spy cameras. Yeah. I wish last time to get back, I need to throw a little more wood on that fire or something. What? I gotta catch a Snapchat traits real time emojis about your conversation. Oh, I know. See that AI, man, they've got it now. They can tell by your facial expressions that you're going to do hate speech before you do hate speech. It's crazy. And yeah, hodgepodge. It's like the Purge running Manhunter games. Yeah, it's been total recall. It's crazy. But I think it's too late for society. If they hadn't woke up at least a year ago, I think it's too late. These people are they're not gonna know until it smacks them in the face. Let's see. Jimmy, Jeff P. Brooksy, all the Boogeyman, and Mab777 all follow my channel. Yeah, they're pretty big channels, Jenny. Skynet is happening now, man. I tried warning people about that. It's called the R2D3 satellite system. They're totally AI controlled. They're not controlled by man on the ground. They're also self-repairing. So if that don't freak you out, we got satellites. They can launch 10 up in 10 minutes. It makes a Skynet. And there you go. Ben, time traveler. Man, what does it look like in the picture, Ben? I know you come back to try to help us. It's crazy. Man, y'all. Hang on, I'm starting to get chilly. I can't do anything right now because I'm hosting the show. Oh no. But yeah, y'all, it's a mess. Everything's a mess. Everything ties in together too. The Skynet, the 5G, the 6G, the daggum. I mean, you name it. Oh, especially that portal thing they got going now, made by Facebook. Man, I mean, basically it's Hangouts on your TV now. And I think that's why they did away with Hangouts, so they could use it for the portal. I think Portal is the new Hangouts. That's what I think. I could be wrong. Yep, that's what we got to do, Ben. I know you got snowed in. Well, not where you got snow piled up on you up there. That's crazy. Over a foot of snow. That daggone lake. They ought to put some heaters in it and keep, well, that'd make it worse. They need to cover it. Y'all, I'm getting a headache for some reason. Oh, man. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. That gum, Ben. 16 inches. Woo. That snow blower make it. Yeah, I'm like you, Mystic. I'm not going to a camp. I'll daggum eat dirt sandwiches if I got to, because there ain't much left to eat anymore. You know what I don't get is not this morning, yesterday morning, it was cold. And I don't know if that's what made these deer act this way, but there are two deer, and they're like, I'd say 60 feet from me, right? My little dog went running toward them and was about 30 feet from them, barking at them. And I just stood there and looked at her. And then I was yelling at the dog to come back, and they're just sitting there looking at me. They did not run. I don't know if it was just that cold, but man, usually deer run. Look, you got to have 2 or 3 things happen that alerts deer and they take off. It's see, hear, and smell. If they see and hear you, they run. If they see and smell you, they run. If they smell and hear you, they run. 2 of the 3 things make deer run. Yesterday morning, they heard me and saw me, and they just stood there. They never did run. And they stood there long enough, my dog got bored and come to me. I was like, look at this. I mean, that's crazy. But yeah, whew. Yeah. Oh, Super Dave, you've had your roll cloud was on APV Angel one time. He was showing that as an example. That was pretty cool. Oh man, y'all. I was I need to either put some wood on the fire or go ahead and get ready to end this thing because I'm about to freeze. Yeah, that's a good thing, Jenny. Yeah, y'all go check out Super Dave's channel. I've got one of his playlists on my channel. The title is Sky. Let's see if I can pull you up. When I get to thinking, I stop talking if anybody noticed. Whew. All right, y'all. I won't have to say who this is, but I'm fixing to drop Super Dave's link in the chat so y'all can go check out Super Dave. Pretty sure most everybody has Super Dave, but there's Super Dave's link. And Super Dave, you put me to work today, buddy. It's all good. I'll do it for you, man. I love you. You're a good guy. You're true and honest. Gotta respect you for that. Well, there's Super Dave's link. Y'all go check them out. I ain't mad at you, Northern Chick. I just haven't had a chance to say any. I mean, shout out to the chat as much because we're kind of on topic. People are hitting the topics, and I was just pulling out stuff. It's hard to do this and watch chat and everything. Same, well, for me anyhow. We got Shadow Quicksilver in the house. I don't know about that Roll Tide stuff. Oh, no problem, Super Dave. Anytime. It's what I moderate for. You did catch me off guard. I kind of ran outside real quick to split some wood, and I heard my name. I come running back in. I could only catch one of the people you told me to put the link to, and I didn't hear the other one. And it's just, it is what it is. Man, y'all, I don't know why I got such a daggone headache. Like I said, I don't hardly ever get them. What did you film last night? Moonshine? Oh, okay, yeah, moonshine will warm you up. And you're not talking about the moon in the sky, are you? So while you're here, this ain't really the good stuff, but there's some moonshine right there. That bad got scorched because somebody showed up in my driveway and I had to run up there real fast, and it was right at the time everything's going to start perking. And by the time I got back, man, it went to boiling. It scorched it, so it ain't. It's only good for fuel now. Oh, okay, I'll check it out, Jen. I've been trying to figure out some of the streaming stuff, man. I know the other day, what day was that? Sunday afternoon, man. They started spraying the skies pretty heavy, and they blocked out the sun pretty much. It was on the western horizon, but at the same time, the moon was on the eastern horizon, and it looked big. Last Stand, where you been, man?
Oh, sorry, man. See, I told you I'm trying to run a business at the same time here. I had to go show an apartment real quick. Looks like I'm going to get it rented out.
Well, that's good. Well, look,
yeah.
if you want to start wrapping this up, my heat's going down, and I don't want to waste any wood anymore for tonight. I'm going to save it for in the morning, but we'll give it like 10, 15 more minutes. But I'm going to get a little piece and throw on there and kind of heat it up some. So I'll be right back.
No problem. No problem. Maybe I'll check and see who's all in chat right now.
I don't know if you're here or not. Ben Time Traveler's in the house.
All right, Ben. Nice that you're here. We appreciate you coming by today. Glad you're here.
But I'll be right back.
All right. All right, Jenny, I'm trying to remember what that was. What was that? Refresh my memory. Please, Jenny B. I'm old. I forget things too quickly. Oh, yeah, my friend. Yeah, exactly, Jenny B. My friend. Okay, his name is David. He left here from my house and that, and he rides a bike because he can't drive or anything like that. And he's probably, when he passed away, I think he was like 62, something like that when he passed away. And he rode his bike down the street. He gets about a half mile away from me at a busy intersection, and he gets off his bike and he crosses the street and everything, and he gets hit by a car and it kills him. Now, no witnesses except for the cameras. That's how they caught the guy. Is the cameras that right there at the place. So that's what we were talking about, how they're always watching you. In some cases, it's a good thing, but in most cases, it's not. Facial recognition, all that crap and all that stuff that we have to deal with is ridiculous. It's sad. It's really sad. It's really sad that we're having to deal with this, that they have to be watching us. Man, that's sick. That's sick. They should call them voyeurs, huh? Right? Because that's what they are. That's the sick thing about it. But that's the reality of the world that we live in now. Yeah, Jenny B. She says, oh my Lord, yes, cameras are good for things in that aspect, but not for the privacy reasons. And that's what we've been talking about here for a while now in regards to this. It's not making any sense to us anymore. Your rights, no matter what happens, are important to you, just as my rights and everybody else's rights. But when they're taken away from you piece by piece, little by little, because of people don't wanting certain things, like, AR-15s that look like a mean gun and stuff and everything, that's just show. That's all it is. It's not even, it's even weaker than a freaking 30-06 that you use to go hunting. It's not that bad. But that's the reality of it. If it looks dangerous, then it must be dangerous. It's just like I was telling you guys a while back. We had here in Colorado, we had a representative here taking up an AR-15, and they're showing it on TV and everything in the news. And she's standing up there and she's talking, and she pulls the magazine out of the AR-15 and that, and she says, well, one good thing is this magazine, after they use it, they can't use it anymore, so they have to throw it away so they can't do it again. This is the people that are making policy that don't even know how the gun works. All they have to do is reload it back up, the magazine. We all know that. But this is how some people are making policy on us, and they don't even know what it is. Yeah, Jenny B, watching us in our homes as well. I know. Yeah, it's a catch-22. It is, Northland. It is. Oh, you got a blood moon? Ben, you got a blood moon over there in your area? I didn't hear about a blood moon even supposed to be showing right now. Well, that's interesting. Man. It's just crazy. You guys' rights are being taken away from you, little by little. And Ben, you know that more than anybody. You were there with Pete and that for all that stuff and everything. You seen right in front of us what was going on in that, with Lavoie and that. You were there. You've seen all this stuff and everything, so you know what's happening and what our rights are being taken away from us. So I'm glad and I'm proud that you're here here tonight with us as well. I'm glad that you're here, because you're a man that has integrity as well too. You understand a lot about what's going on and what we're having to deal with. But I'm at that point, Ben, right now, where I'm just tired of trying to figure out what I'm going to do to try to help make changes. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do anymore. And I'm just asking you guys, if you have any ideas, please let me know, because I will jump on it. You know, I don't know. I don't know what to say to anybody anymore when they ask me the questions. Well, what can we do? I just look them in the face. I don't have the slightest idea. I don't know what to do, because I'm confused about the situation as well. You know, I'm just not thrilled about what's going on, and none of us out here, any of us creators, are happy about it, but yet we're not doing anything. You know, and then that's the bad part about it. Yeah, Jenny, exactly. No privacy, taking a bath, shower, or going to the bathroom. Exactly. Your rights are over. Anybody else that would be watching you like this would be thrown in jail. Remember, guys, voyeurs, people that would be inside your house with cameras and that, and they'd be putting it in your homes and that, and you didn't know about it, and they'd be watching you. But now it's legal. Wow. Changed quickly, didn't it?
I thought voyeurism was a hobby.
It is for some people. You know, but yeah, that's true though. A while back, it used to be a crime for cameras to be inside your house and somebody be watching you and that. But now it's perfectly legal.
They're using baby monitors, man. It's just crazy.
It's beyond that, John. It's sick. And we live in a sick society as well, guys. We live in a very sick society where we allow the stuff to continue out on the streets. We continue to allow this stuff to come into our homes, and we have no say over it. That's the bad part. We have
You
no
still
say.
don't have that thing in your place, do you?
Oh yeah, I'm just trying to figure out when's a good time for us to go ahead and do a nice little show on that thing. Because I want to take
You're
it
not
out.
using it, are you?
No, not anymore. I even took off my Ring doorbell. I took off that because of the police. What they're going to do, they're starting to add, what do they call it? Facial recognition to it. And so they want to come in and pay you some money in that to allow you to, for them to use your Ring doorbell so they can see who comes past your door. So if it goes past the door, a criminal goes past your door, it turns it on. It turns on automatically when they go past your door, and that the facial recognition picks up the person's face, analyzes it, sends it back, gets all the information with the AI assistant, and sends the information back to the police force. And then the police force comes on, and they watch and see who this person is and stuff. And then they go out and try to arrest them or whatever they can do, you know. But that's the same thing. Everything that we have is like that. You know, our camcorders. And our cameras that we have right now, our phones, our laptops, our TVs, our other systems that we have in the house, and that, I mean, you can't hide from it. And it's okay to be a pervert and watch people, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Ben, check your Gmail, Ben. Oh man, y'all.
We gotta pray, guys. We gotta pray. We gotta pray. We gotta try to get this figured out. Because if not, you guys are gonna be gone, and I won't be able to see you guys anymore, or talk with you or anything, because the things that we say here, like on our channel.
Well, you'll see me on the sky billboards, the most wanted free American, because I'm gonna be running from them.
That's it. We all will. You know, but the thing is what do we do for the rest of the people in the world? You know, I shouldn't say world, but I'm more worried about our country right now. What do we do? What are they gonna do? They're gonna hunt us all down like dogs, and have the dogs on our heels and that, and chase us down. And then when they get to us, shoot us.
Yeah.
And then if
it'll be a sport. It will be a sport for them. What do you think's wrong with the dadgum police officers in this country? They train for shoot to kill, and then they get in their cars and they can't do anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's a program that they're being programmed on. They're being programmed is what it is. It's just like when you go to learn something for a job in that. You learn something in that, the skill that you can use on your job. It's the same thing that they're doing in the police force. They're training to kill people, not to help people, man.
Yeah. I mean, if I was a cop and it came down, I mean, it's like these guys that got killed and all they're doing is holding a knife. You mean to tell me you can't shoot that hand or shoot them in the knee or something? You just got to kill them flat out because they're 40 foot from you with a knife in their hand? I mean, they couldn't even do it that. You could have stepped out of the way if they even threw it. I mean, come on.
Right. What's wrong with what's wrong with the taser?
Look at that one dude they killed, man. Dude was, I don't know, a good 30 feet from the cop. He turned around, was walking away, and the cop shot him like 16 times. You can see the bullets tearing up the pavement through his body on the other side, you know.
Jesus, man.
Got Jason Tomlinson in the house.
Hey, Jason, how you doing? Glad you're here. Dead men tell tales. Exactly. If you're dead, you can't say anything.
I was trying to tell Ben check his daggum Gmail.
Yeah, it's just nuts, man. Each one of us has to we all, well, let me rephrase this. We all understand what's happening to us. We all sympathize what's going on in our own country, and that the question is to each individual is how we deal with it and what we're going to do about it. That's what it comes down to. It's not about us going anymore and going up and protesting and hope that they hear us, because you see all these hundreds of people all over our country and that doing protesting and that. And what good has it gotten them? Not one thing. I'm starting to think the same thing about voting now, guys. I really am. I'm starting to think the same thing.
Looky there. Got Ben Time Traveler in the house.
Hello, Ben. How you doing?
Cold, man.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you. This is the first time I've ever talked to you. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, you say what you People's Last Stand. You sound frustrated that you're not accomplishing anything for the fight that you're in. But you know what? You are, dude. And what you got to keep doing is you got to keep making videos. You got to keep expressing your opinion, your viewpoints, and you can't let them sit there and tell you that you can't.
Right.
Because you got that right to. You know,
right.
The most important though of all this is our God-given rights. That's the most important thing. Okay.
Yep.
But this in the United States of America, we're in a battle, man. Well, you guys are in a battle for your freedom. You know, and I'm talking about all your freedoms. And if you, like Bill Cooper say, you let them keep taking and taking and taking and taking and taking, it's all going to be gone and nothing's going to be left. You're going to end up being a slave. So you got to fight for this, man.
Right.
And I ain't talking about violence. You know, when it comes to push to shove, though, you have a right to protect your family, yourself.
Exactly.
You know, when it comes to push to shove.
Right.
And I don't promote violence in any way.
Right. I don't either.
Except when it comes to me, then you're getting your ass kicked. You know, that's simple.
That's it.
We got to keep fighting, dude. You got to keep making videos. You got to do what you're doing right now, man. That's exactly what you got to do. And everybody else here that's listening to me, do the exact same thing. Oh, I can't make a video. I ain't good at it. You know, whatever. You know, just do it. You know, if you want to show your face, make a video without your face. It don't matter none, man.
Right,
you know?
right.
As long as you keep getting on there. You know, we can't depend on Pete Santilli's and the Alex Joneses. And, you know, we got to be them too. You know, we got to stand up.
Right.
You know, you said something about, you know, me being an activist, you know, and all the things that I've been involved with, the VA hospital down in Phoenix, Arizona, Burns, Oregon, with the standoff, watching LaVoy Finnegan get murdered by the FBI. You know, I watch what's going on right now with the impeachments on the hearing. I sat there and I watched all day long, take notes, you know, because that's what I do, man.
Right.
And you know, it's nothing new that I've been saying since I got here 9 years ago.
Right.
Everybody calls it the deep state. It's the government within inside the government. Okay.
Right.
And how did this all begin with the government within inside the government? With our black op programs. You know,
Right.
exactly. You know, the things that we ain't supposed to know about. National security reasons, we shouldn't know about some things. Okay, but that's how it all began. You gave a certain group of individuals power, and they weren't held liable for anything they'd done. Any of the testing they'd done on the human beings throughout this world, you know, not just talk about the United States, they're not held liable. And we see this now with our senators and congressmen. They're not being held liable. They always say, "Oh, nobody's above the law." Well, they sure in the hell act like they're above the law.
You betcha. Yep, I agree with you on that, no doubt. But the question is see, I'm new to all this. I just came on figuring this stuff up. I just woke up just recently, and I'm like, holy crap! I can't believe all the stuff that I'm seeing. And the more that you go down that rabbit hole, the more you do that research, the more you look at it, you're like, how in the hell did we get to this point where we have no control anymore? Where we have a government that outnumbers us in jobs than the citizens. It's crazy how they implement laws and rules against us without asking us about this. How they can continue doing this, and yet the people are fighting the best way they can by like what we're doing, trying to get on here and explain the stuff as much as we can. And it's overwhelming, Ben. I'm seriously, it's overwhelming.
Well, they do. They want you to be overwhelmed. See, they want, you know, and they always point you in the direction they want you to look. You know, they tell you to look left, you better be looking right. They tell you to look down, you better be looking up. They try to guide you.
Right.
This has been going on for a long, long time, man. The destroy and conquer, you know, part of all this. You know, when everybody spoke one language, and all of a sudden, bada boom, bada bing, everybody's speaking a different language.
Right.
The reason behind that is that for the people can't get together and communicate. You know, you can't communicate with somebody that speaks a different language. How the hell can you guys unite?
Right.
Exactly. Well, it's always been a game plan, and we go into some things about aliens and this and that, but we're not going to do that tonight because we're discussing about what we should do and how we should go about fighting for our freedom.
Right.
Nothing's changed, man. Nothing's changed. We just got to come together as one unit. You know.
And that's the question I'm asking, Ben. How do we come together as one unit? How do we get across to your viewpoints and my points and John Boy's points in that in regards to what's happening to our country? How do we get the rest of the country to come together to understand this?
Well, it's just my belief is, and always been my belief, is communication.
Mm-hmm.
And as you notice, they're trying to block that.
Right.
Whether, you know, you're being shadow banned or you're conservative or Christian or Republican, whatever. If your viewpoint ain't of their viewpoint, your voice is going to be silenced.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That's kind of the bitch about everything too, is because these you guys call it social platforms. These are socialist platforms.
Yeah.
And you're right. You know, and when you sign the terms and conditions, you sign the terms and conditions to be on these socialist platforms.
Right.
What I hate is they could later on change the terms and conditions.
Right.
Now we have it like, for instance, YouTube. They just changed their terms and conditions. Now, if you see somebody that's abusing YouTube's terms and conditions, you know, maybe they're threatening to murder somebody, and you go and you flag that video. Well, now the people are going to say, well, no, that's not true. You flagged it inappropriately, and now we're going to ban you off YouTube.
Right.
So they're putting a fear into you for not reporting certain things. Certain, you know, and I'm just, you know, for myself, I'm just saying if somebody was talking about murder or somebody,
right,
that should be addressed.
Right. It should be.
Right. But they can sit there now and just because you're a conservative or a Christian, say, no, that's not true. And they can ban you for flagging that video.
Right, right.
They just changed the terms and conditions. And the reason they did that is because they're not getting enough of us. So now, if you go flag somebody's video, there you go. I guarantee you, the far left ain't never going to be fucking banned for flagging shit.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. It's just the society nowadays, and that it looks to me like most people want to conform, or they're just not that informed about what's happening.
Well, let me put it this way. It's true. All the chemicals that are being injected into the human beings, that is the reason of this outcome with people's, let's just call it ignorance or not caring. You know, it's look, dementia's gone up off the hook. Okay, and dementia's caused by heavy metals.
All right.
Heavy metals that I do believe, my investigation, that they're spraying in the air. And there's different reasons that they're spraying these chemicals in the air. Some of it for national security reasons, which I can legally talk about now because it's been discussed openly. So, you know, like if our satellites went out, all of our communications, there was satellites nowadays, military, et cetera, well, the world's round. And you can't send a radio wave around the round Earth.
Right. You need line of sight. Yeah.
So you need it to bounce off something.
Right.
In the atmosphere. And that's one of the reasons they spray some of these chemicals in the air. Now, that's for national security reasons. I ain't supposed to talk about that. But I read documents that were non-classified that, you know, so I can talk about it. I can't do shit about that. Now, the other reasons is geoengineering. You know, we talk, you know, we know about Bill Gates, and we know, and here's, you know, this is where I'm leading at. Autism, this ain't the right number right now. I'm going to go by what they say. It's 1 out of every 23 children are born with autism. They say by 2032, every other child will be born with autism.
Oh, man.
Now do the math. If you have 2 children, one of your children by 2032 is going to be born with autism.
Right, right.
You know, and once again, they poison the human body, and it dumbs you down. You know, it makes you, I hate to say it, weak and not caring.
Right, right.
How much would you want to bet that they're going to have the autism in a way that they will be great workers and obey every command?
You don't think they ain't great workers now?
Yeah.
See, I got a dog in a fight. Okay, I got a dog in a fight. I take care of an autistic person. Okay,
Right.
and she goes to work every day, regardless. You know, well, she's sick, she don't go, but she enjoys it because she's with her, more or less, her people. You know,
Right.
She enjoys it. But yeah, and guess what she does for a job?
What's that?
She shreds classified papers.
Wow.
Why? Because she can't speak, she can't hear, she can't communicate. Well, she can sign language. We got her own sign language. That,
So basically, they're just using her.
well, she can't tell anything about what she's shredding. She can't look at, you know, and become a whistleblower.
Right.
So yeah, and there's companies out there. There's numerous countries throughout the United States of America that use autistic people for such things, man. That's
I didn't know about that. That's good information. I didn't know about that.
Oh, that's just one example. Yeah, they use them in you know, Chad, what
Right.
military sprays in the air and shit. But that's a whole different thing than the geoengineering. But they use them on a lot of different things, man. Because they can't talk, they don't know what the hell they're doing. They just do a job, man. They show
Right.
they do it. But see, that's no different than where they want to lead everybody. Everybody in the end is, you know, you're directed towards a job from the day you're born. This is the job you're going to do, whether it's being a plumber or a mechanic, whatever. You're already assigned that job.
Right.
So that's exactly what you're going to do from the day you're born to the day you die. That's where they want all this to go. You know?
Right. And it looks to me like it's all control. That's what it comes down to. It's just a matter of control. They want to control every part and every aspect of your life. And it's like, well, how much more are the citizens of the United States going to allow this before they do something that's going to be drastic? You know, I'm not anyone that wants anybody to go out there and be a vigilante or fight or anything like that. I want things to be changed just as much as everybody else for the better of our nation.
You know,
I'm not gonna. I'm just frustrated, just like everybody else, man. I'm tired of it. I'm to that point where I just don't know what to do.
And I'm selfish myself when I'm about ready to say this is selfish, and so many of us are selfish. We worry so much about United States of America and the people in the United States of America, which we should because we live in the United States of America. But what about my brothers and sisters throughout the rest of the world that are fighting the same fight, like in Hong Kong? You know, how about our brothers and sisters in China that are being put in these conspiracy camps that do exist called re-education camps?
Right.
China calls them re-education camps. Now, I don't care if they're Muslims or they're Christians. They're still my brothers and sisters, and they have the right to preach whatever, practice whatever religion they want.
I agree.
So we do become a little selfish with our own fight, but we do have our fight that we have to fight. I mean,
right.
Before we can help others, I guess we have, help ourselves. Right. But I watched a lot of people from like England or Australia, all these countries where they got their gun rights taken away, and and they try to tell us what the hell to do, and I laugh at them because we still have our gun rights, we still got our freedom of speech, we still got these things barely, but yet here's some groups of individuals from around the world trying to tell us what to do. Why didn't you do it to begin with?
Exactly. And I do, and I understand the plight of other people. What they're having to deal with in other countries, and that it's sick. Especially like you're saying about China and what they're doing to their people there. It's not right. But with facial recognition, the cameras everywhere, then the credit score, and social score, I should say, and all, and how they treat their people in it. I just don't want our nation to become something like that, even worse. Well, I see the stuff going on. I see that we sit here and we talk about how great our nation is and everything. But when we look at other countries versus ours, we're just as bad as the other countries and what they're going through. And the thing is we may not have all that facial recognition stuff out there like China does, and with the social scoring and all this other different. But we will have that permanently here in the United States.
No. It's worse than China, dude. It's the only thing different with China. China's more openly, in your face to the people, because people, can't do nothing about it. Right. But ours is more hidden behind.
Right. But it's more sedated. It's more sedated.
Them cameras on the highway ain't there for the weather, to tell you what the weather is. Them cameras are there in position in certain places of the highway, certain locations for a reason, man.
Right.
And when time comes, they'll be able to use them cameras to,
There's no escape.
Let me ask you this, because see, I know in the end what my king's promised me, so I don't fear the end like everybody else does, because to me it's going to be a beautiful thing, man.
Right.
I'm a new Christian, a very, very new Christian, and I fall short of the glory of God every day. We all fall short.
Me too.
So, but let me ask you this: with the technology, and from understanding, let's go back to the beginning with Lucifer and God, okay? And Lucifer saying more or less he could create the earth better than God, which my God got it right the first time. We were happy being gatherers of nuts, berries, grains, wheats, etc., etc. We were just content with all that.
Right.
So what God say? He gave Lucifer control of the earth to do as what he liked, right? He's got control of the earth right now, as we understand it.
Exactly.
King of Kings. He gave Lucifer control of this earth. So everything we see happening is the cause of Lucifer.
Right.
So now he said he could make the earth better than God. He said the food, we got GMO food now. He said the water, we got fluoride in the water. He said the air, you see what the poisonous, toxic bullshit in the air now.
Right.
He can even change the human DNA, and we see that taking place right now.
Right.
So all this has been told, because God's the only one that ain't lied to us, the only one. He told us exactly what's going to happen. So
It's not like it's a surprise.
right, exactly. So the technology, you go back even farther than that with Adam and Eve taking a bite out of the apple. Okay, of what? Knowledge, right?
Right.
Apple computer's got an apple on the back of it with
I
a
know.
bite taken out of it.
I know. Yeah.
Knowledge, technology, the mark of the beast. We are connected already to the mark of the beast. Oh, it's got to be on your forehead or your hand. No,
Right.
you can open up your computer, your phone with your thumb, your face recognition. You're already into it.
Right.
World Wide Web.
Right.
Hey, the end of days is near when the world's covered in a web.
Right.
The World Wide Web.
Well, he did say in the Bible on that once every man, woman, and child has heard his word, that's when he's coming. And the way that it looks to me is with the internet and the capabilities that we have in technology to be able to reach out to each other, I got to agree with that. It is, and it's close. It is. And I'm like you, Ben. I'm just starting to understand the situation with God. I'm new at this. I've tried studying it in the past, but I just couldn't comprehend all the stuff.
Well,
but I'm learning that. But I'm learning it though. See, and that's the thing is I'm catching on.
And you got to have an open mind too, because see, people are afraid to connect aliens, other life forms, other species. They're very scared to connect the two with the Bible because well, no, that's not right. That's not right. But once you start reading the Bible and you have that open mind and you start reading certain things, you say, wow, Ezekiel saw the wheel within the wheel.
Right.
And then you take that and you know what? This is amazing that scientist just recently took Ezekiel saw the wheel within the wheel, right? Took the dimensions and everything of that and created that.
Right. I saw that. I know what you're talking about. I saw that.
Yeah. Now, he just took that out of the Bible and created that just recently.
Mm-hmm.
And Ezekiel saw way back then.
Right.
See,
exactly.
You got to keep an open mind. Here's another thing. We send probes all the time to other planets, right? And probes don't got no human species in them, right? They're just machines there looking around, checking out shit, right? Well, what makes you think that other species ain't done the same thing and landed probes way back when on this planet? And then maybe the ancient people found these things and not understanding what they are because they ain't never, because it's way back then. They didn't have metal back then. They didn't understand it. Started worshiping certain things that maybe they shouldn't have been worshiping too.
Exactly. And see, and that's why I say I started understanding more about what was going on in our society when I started reading the Bible. And that's how I woke up. That's why I question everything now. I question everything that why are they doing this? What's going on? What's behind it? And who does it? And you're right. It does all refer back to the Bible. Everything comes right back to it.
There's so much in the Bible that if you really like parallel universes, I never even knew about such a thing till I was reading the Bible, and all of a sudden it popped into me about parallel universes, and it made so much sense.
Right.
With I did, and you got to always educate yourself on certain things too, man.
You do.
And the Bible is one of them, man. But you got to have an open mind. Look, I believe in the King of Kings, man. I believe in God.
Right. So do I.
But I read, and maybe God was giving us the Bible, the truth, and we just weren't fully opening ourselves to it with the alien part of it all.
Right.
And then I'm not saying it's a good thing, not saying it's a bad thing about aliens either.
Right. It's just that the society in every nation is it's like their minds are closed off to any ideas and viewpoints that may make sense, and they don't want to research it and they don't want to check it out and that, and it comes down to each individual, like you said, to have an open mind and to experience what other people are going through, to understand what's happening within our own world and what's happening in the Bible, what it says about prophecy happening as well. And people are so confused that they don't know which way to go. They don't know if they should believe in our government, or they should believe in the Bible, or they should believe in any other different type of religion.
You should never believe. You should never believe in the government. You should always believe in the Bible.
Well, yeah.
Believing in the Bible is what you want to believe in. Is it? You know, I mean, it's a gift from God, man.
Right.
And it's just you just got to have an open mind to a lot of other things, you know. And the Bible will open your mind to these things that you never even thought possible. You never even, you know, you couldn't even, you know. And even some of the older books in written in stone that are kept from you, you know, the Book of Enoch, you know.
Right.
That's the reason they say it's all BS, is because they don't want you to read that part.
Right. And I just started reading it just recently too.
Y'all see, I got one in arm's reach. I did not go anywhere.
Oh,
You know what Bible? You know what Bible stands for?
what?
Basic instructions before leaving Earth.
But yeah, Ben, it's just crazy out there, man. And it's so much out there you're trying to figure out, and how it fits within your life with God, and how it's all working towards God's will. And I'm just trying to understand this all, and I'm confused like a lot of other people are out here. I'm trying to understand what God wants me to do, and at the same time, how do I take God's word and use it at the same time within my own world where I'm living right now, and how to deal with what's going on. And it's a great book to have. I'm telling you, it is a great place to start to learn about what reality is really like.
Well, when you're at the store, man, and you're standing next to somebody in line or something, man, just look at them and say, "God bless you, man." You know, that's the most. I mean, it's serious.
You know, and I've done that. I've done that in the past, and they look at you like, what? You know?
No.
And I seriously get from other people.
I say, hey, I hope you don't mind. You know, like, let's say somebody's waiting on me at the store and I'm done. They say, have a nice day. I say, oh, I hope you don't mind, but God bless you. You know,
okay.
I hope you don't mind, but God bless you. I always carry that, you know. But oh man, I ain't shy about it at all, man. You find out that there's a lot of people, you know what they say, oh, thank you. You know, they're working in a store. They got policies that they can't say that to. You know, they can't say Merry Christmas now. You know,
that's like me with my job.
And let's not forget, Jesus is the reason for the season. Okay,
right?
But they're trying to just you know they're attacking the word of God. You know, it's a shame on us for even talking about God right now.
Right.
You know, sorry, John Boy, you're probably gonna get your channel taken down. We're talking about God. Number one, no, man, on YouTube.
Yeah, but we need this though. We need to have this kind of understanding, though, Ben. We need to be able to be open-minded about things that's going on in our world. We have to work together as human beings in that, and show love and compassion and understanding towards each other. But we don't have that in the world nowadays. All we got in the world nowadays is me. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of people doing out here. I don't want to be that.
Let me ask you a question. And I know John Boy probably might believe what I'm about to say. Do you believe like there's two different species of life forms on this planet, us and another life form, and that they look just like you, walk among you? You know what I mean? Do you see the other side, the evil side of all this? Do you?
I do. I do.
Do it.
I do. I see it. I do it, and I see it. I do, and I see that.
No, some movie with Ronnie Piper and shit, man.
No.
You know, I'm talking reality, the truth.
No.
I think a lot, and this is just my opinion. I think we do have two different species on Earth. One is humans, and one is demons. That's what I'm thinking. Like the fallen angels and stuff like that. The things that we're seeing and stuff that's going on in that. I think it's possible that these are the fallen angels that are here on the Earth doing the devil's work on the Earth to mess with humans, to get us all to lose our souls and stuff so he can have us. That's what I'm seeing.
Do you know who the owls are?
The who?
I have seen people.
I call them the owls, man. You know, it's just something personal that they don't like when I call them the owls, but I call them the owls. the ones you talk about, do you know who they are?
The ones that I'm talking about, the demons and that, I don't. Unless they're the fallen ones from heaven and that, I don't know.
When I look into their eyes, I see no life.
Yeah, the eyes always give it away, John Boy. You know, it's not the Epsteins, it's not the Clintons, you know, because they're just the window dressing. They're just the ones that are put out there to always take the fall, the shield,
Right.
the true ones, the true identities of them. But yeah, it's pretty amazing that their knowledge of certain, like for instance, business wise sense, because they are multi-billionaires, you know.
Right.
They're the richest of the richest, and you just don't get that way without having some kind of inside knowledge of
Right.
how shit's supposed to be running. You know what I'm saying? Like us, maybe it's already happened before in the past, and
Well, I believe that. I believe a lot of these people that are in power and that were groomed to be into that positions as well. That there had to be something that has changed within their lives that have made them to be in this situation that they're in. And a lot of them, and I think in just my opinion, a lot of them have given their souls to the devil and in return to be rich and famous and, you know, and all of that. I believe that wholeheartedly myself.
I mean, look at this people's last end. They literally get away with murder, dude. They literally, honestly, now, goddamn it, I'm telling you, excuse me, I didn't mean to say goddamn it. I get upset sometimes. Damn it. They literally get away with murder.
Right.
And nothing.
Right.
That's pretty freaking powerful, man.
I know.
You know?
That says a lot. It says a lot. And that's the part them are the parts that I was talking about. How is it possible that they're able to get to do this stuff? And if we did it, we would be, you know, thrown in jail and, you know, and
They get it in
thrown away.
We be throwing jail. Hey, they got programs now, man. That you don't even just be thinking about the shit, and they already know you. Boom, come to arrest your ass, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, just no algorithms. You know, that's artificial intelligence. You know that they created 2 artificial intelligence, right? And they were communicating back and forth, and the people that created them were sitting there monitoring what these artificial intelligence were talking about, right? Well, all of a sudden, artificial intelligence created their own language.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Creators could not break.
Yeah, I heard about
They
that.
couldn't understand what the hell they're saying.
Was that Facebook? Was that Facebook that was the one that was trying to do this? I couldn't remember who it was, but I remember exactly what you just said. Yes, I did hear about that, and that they were trying to communicate between each other, and nobody could understand them, so they had to shut them down real quick.
They also had information in frequencies. You remember that?
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy out there. And the only thing that we can really depend on right now is God. And that's the only thing that I can figure out of all this stuff to comfort us and try to understand what's happening in this world right now is we have to understand what God is saying to us. We've got to get to him to where we know that we know that we know.
Well, I always go back to the beginning, especially like Adam and Eve, where, you know, we were content being gatherers and not to bury wheats and grasses, man. We were pretty basically like an animal, man. Okay. Right. And that was the creation. And then all of a sudden, you know, the knowledge and the farming and the harvesting and the all that.
Right.
Play and bada boom, bada bing. So, you know, it's pretty basically what we should be doing. But, and I know God understands that because he knew what was going to be here in the now.
Right.
That we would have to use this technology because it's because we're living in the now, you know.
Right.
It's something that, you know, we don't got a choice, man.
Right, you know? we don't have a choice, and I agree with you on that.
We were tricked pretty damn easy, though, weren't we? Oh, cell phones are badass. We got one man walking around, you flip flowing and shit, man. Remember? Huh? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, new smart TV, badass, man, boom, man, boom.
Yeah, and you know this was all planned way before.
You talk about your doorbell. You're so willing to have that security, and the cops are going to use it regardless of if you sign up for it or anything now. Because they're just go to court and get the shit anyway. That's so it. Like your listening devices in here. I don't even know the name of these devices and shit because I refuse to even look at them at the store, dude. Right. I honestly, I'm lucky I got this computer, man. And that's only because it's the only way I want to get my message out there,
Right.
I've been doing this shit for 9 years, dude. I have numerous channels, man. This is one of my lowest ranking channels that I ever had, man. Mm-hmm. It just will never, ask John Boy. It don't go nowhere, does it, John Boy? It fucking just stays right where it's at. Idle, man.
Well, that's your platform, and that's what you want to do. So that makes sense to you, and everybody should agree with you on that. That's your choice. But the good thing is we need people like you and John Boy and other people to get out here and say this stuff. But we can't get these people to understand even the basics, even the Christian. And I'm not attacking.
You're never going to change the lefty's mind,
right? But what can change their mind is God. But these people don't seem to, and I'm having a hard time dealing with it because these are people that are also calling themselves Christians as well, and they're doing the total opposite of what God wants us to do. He wants us to have peace. He wants us to have understanding and work with each other and love each other and respect each other. The right things, common sense things.
That's why I always say, that's why I always say peace, love, and understanding, and much respect of each other. It's so basically and easy, but we're not living in that time.
No, we're not.
You honestly ain't, man. It's God said He would divide a nation right down the middle. So how do we know this ain't the nation?
I know. How do we know we're not Babylon?
But how do you reach out to them? I just keep talking as I normally do, but in the long run, in the short run, because I'm sure this is going to happen soon, when a major event takes place, that seems to pull this whole beautiful melting pot of people in the United States of America together as one.
Right.
And it's sad to say, such events. But then sometimes these events tear us apart even more.
Exactly.
But I believe that, let's just say you have some major earthquake on out there in California, man.
Cascadia event or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The Madrid fault line goes off.
Right.
Which is possible too. That draws people together, because it's a Bible thing, and then us, and then all of a sudden God comes into the picture pretty damn quick. Ain't it funny how you stub your toe when you say, damn it, the first thing you do is call out to God,
Right.
Wrong, you call out to God, but any other time you walk down, you don't even care,
Exactly.
Something negative comes into your life, you reach out to him. Well,
exactly.
You should always reach out to him, even in the good times, man.
Right. But it's difficult, though. It's difficult. It's not easy to be a godly man in this world.
No,
it's very, very difficult to even talk to somebody about God because you're afraid that you're going to be arrested or something, or say something wrong, or attacking them because of what you're saying. About God. I mean, like
no, man. You should always sit there. If you're talking about religion or God, and somebody don't want to discuss that with you, then you just turn around and walk away.
That's true. That's true.
But like I say, most of the time, like at the stores, you're gonna find people that are gonna thank you for that, man.
Well,
But where are we at today, man? As a society, dude. I mean, come on, man. They done used the race card so damn much, man. They almost had me feeling guilty of being white. Almost.
It's sick. It's sick.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's got played out, But and then they turn it, and oh God, you know what I really hate right now is because see, Trump's so awake to what's going on, man. especially with the migration of the illegal aliens from Central and South America coming to the United States of America, and then Democratic parties taking these people and put them in certain locations and certain spots in the United States of America, creating
right here in Colorado.
Vote and turning. You know, Trump's so wise. He sees all this. You know, I see this. You know, that's one of my things right now that really irks me, man. Is that the openness of this open border bullshit.
Exactly. Well, I tried. I went to the city and wanted to talk to our mayor and discuss this whole thing about Sanctuary City here in Colorado, and they shut me down. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to deal with it or anything. And then we have a site out here in Aurora, Colorado, where they have a detention center set up and everything for the migrants that are here. And they're indoctrinating them into our society, little bit at a time, little piece, little here, little there. And we don't even know who these people are. Look, I'm Hispanic, and I don't agree with what's going on with the border. 100%, I do not agree at all. But if I say something, especially here in Colorado, if you talk about this out in the public with people in that, you might as well forget it. Oh, that's racism. That's racism. I'm like, well, how's that racism? I'm the same as them. You know, so this is what I'm talking about. Why I am so frustrated, because I am pushing that limit. I am getting out there and I am saying, look, I need to talk to you guys about this. What's going on here? What's happening in our own state? And I can't even get in the front door to talk to an official. You know,
you can't even get in the front door to talk to officials, but they can come in this country illegal.
Exactly.
The whole thing about all that is they're coming here illegally. If they come here the right way, like our ancestors did, I ain't got a problem with it. Do you?
I don't. Nope, not at all.
It's the ones coming in illegal. You know, exactly. That's what I got a problem. We can't vet them. We don't know who they are, where they came from, what the reason they really are coming here for, which, you know, most of them just chasing the American dream, you know. This country is a beautiful melting pot of people from all around the world.
Right.
You know? But yeah, I live on the border in the north. And, you know, what's happening down south, you know, it's like, don't happen at the north. Bull crap, man. We get just as much crossing up here, man.
Right. Exactly. But but we got no say in it. And we're the people. We got no say. So but when you express yourself like I did and went down and contacted them, I told them exactly what I wanted to do. I put it in the letter and everything exactly how I wanted the program to go. And I wanted to get the officials on YouTube and do a video with me and explain to me sanctuary cities and how that fits into our laws. And they wouldn't do it. They would not do it. None of them. And I've tried 3 different officials, and each one of them has told me so far that they cannot talk to me about this. And they said, if I had any other questions in that, please fill out the form. That's what they said. I'm like, oh my goodness. But I'm trying on my side as well too. I'm trying to get out there and make it so that people will hear something about what's going on here in Colorado, at least. You know, try, but I can't get nobody. I can't get family. I can't get friends. I can't get nobody to stand with me and say, let's go talk to them. Let's you know, we are the people. We should be able to go and talk to our government officials and state our cases and say what's going on. But we're not allowed to even do that.
Go to city council, man.
And their excuse is, I got to make an appointment with them. And when you make an appointment with them, you can't get that appointment either.
No, you go to your city council meeting, man, open hearing, man, and you can go walk right up to the podium and you can say your say, dude. That's what it's there for, dude.
Not here in Colorado.
Yeah.
We have one here in Lakewood that's just down the street from us and that. And they have their itinerary of what they want to talk about when they're in there and that. And then I've seen people try to say something, they close it.
Yeah, that's closed. But
right.
Well, no, they got to have an open one, man. You know, they just I'll
have to look into that to check it out more myself on this side here, because I'm not really sure how they really do it and that. Like I said, I'm new at all this stuff, trying to figure it out.
You just walk down there, sit down, man, and the first time, just sit there and watch the process and shit, right? And then
Right.
the next time you go, you know what the process is. That's how I did. First time I just sat down and watched everybody see what's going on. Second time I went there, I had my goddamn camcorder, man, walked right up there, man, and started filming and
Mhm.
asking questions, man.
Okay, well, I will definitely do that.
I
Thank
didn't
you.
hold
I
it
appreciate
back, man.
I appreciate you giving me that information, and that I will definitely do that then.
Yeah, you can take camcorder in there to the public officials, man. You can film them and everything, man.
Good, good. I've just seen so much of people going to their city councils and stuff and being chased out, and
You're a video journalist.
yeah. But and I agree with you guys. You know, the thing is it's difficult out here for the layman person that doesn't know a lot about God and a lot about what the government is doing. See, I'm learning all this stuff out here, and I'm trying to understand, and I'm trying to comprehend it all. But
You
it
want
is hard.
You want a good starting point?
What's that?
You want a good starting point how to navigate through all this crap?
Yeah.
Start reading about socialism, man, as much as you can. There you go. And then you understand what the hell you're really fighting for, man. I mean, I know you understand socialism anyway,
Right.
but till you go back and look at the history and understand for the 200 years, it ain't never worked, man.
Right.
It ain't never worked.
Right. I agree with you on that. Yeah. And we all should do that. We all should learn a lot more about what's going on.
Do you know? Do you know the school systems are a socialist program, man?
Oh yeah.
And look where we're at today with
Yeah.
our children and
And
what
being
they're
in-
teaching our children. That's
Yeah.
a socialist program, man.
The
Right.
school systems are just like the penal systems.
It is. And Enlighten was saying it earlier. We're in prison. That's what it looks like. It
you
seems
think-
like we're in prison already.
You think of the child from the time from kindergarten all the way to college, all them years, who's teaching your child
I know.
more than the parent is,
Yeah.
you know? And they're teaching them some pretty much bullshit, man, by
Right.
design. In order to take control of the people and the population, you got to dumb them down to believe what you want them to believe.
Right.
And you teach that them in the school system right from day one. And what are we teaching our kids in right now? These transgenders,
Right.
these drag queens. Oh, it's a suck, you know, boom, boom, boom. Say, well, you know, a young child don't know at that young age about
No.
boy and girl anyway, man. Period.
I know. And I just saw that case that just came out just recently about the husband and wife going through divorce, are separated, and that kid, the mother wants the kid to be a transgender, and the father's fighting against it. The kid doesn't know the rights from wrongs. The kid doesn't know where he is in this
Look,
world.
when he gets a certain age as a parent, you know, you
Yeah.
know, you
Yeah.
know, yourself, you know, and
Yeah.
you give that kid his freedom, you know, one way or another, you know.
Right.
So if the kid is gonna be what he is, he's gonna be that, man.
Exactly.
And as a parent, you just see that, you know, and just come to say, you know, you love your child, right? And you just try to teach the best you can. It's that
Right.
simple, man. But
Yeah, it is scary what they do to the children and how they indoctrinate them into the system, and then how they, with the medications and everything that they do to us as well, with the the sky farts and all that stuff and crap that they're giving us, they're dumbing us all down. They even show that the population is starting to get a little weird and stuff and everything because men can't produce children. You know, they can't impregnate women. A lot of men are getting sterile, and it's gotten to that point that we're so dumbed down in that I was telling earlier, I was talking to John Boy in the chat earlier, that they have said that the SAT scores are way below than they were from 2003. That's SAT scores for the kids.
they're not teaching the kids what they should be teaching them. They're teaching them that their forefathers were terrorists, man.
Yeah,
They're teaching
exactly.
them just bullshit.
right.
Exactly. Teaching them, they you know, it ain't the school system's right. Well, I was trying to get to the earlier point. Did he discussing if my child's what he is and what he feels like? It ain't none of their freaking business, man.
Exactly.
They're there to teach them 2 + 2 is 5.
I know. Yeah, but that's the world that we are living in right now. And since I've woken up to all this stuff and I see this stuff, I'm just like, oh my God, where's God in all this? Where is he? I'm like, whoa.
When we were in school, everything was at a different level because you just can't do everything overnight. It has got to be a slow process.
Right.
Get to the children, it had to be a slow process. So you think of the children right now that are like in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Where are they going to be at when they're adults, man? And what they've been taught.
Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen to them? And seeing that's why I come out saying the things that I'm saying about the children. And what are we going to do? How are we going to talk to our children and discuss these issues? And that when you have a government that is discussing the issues with them already while they're in school, telling them that they don't have to listen to their parents, that we're their parents, the school system and the government is, and that the kids have the rights more than what the parents do in regards to what the kids should be doing in real life, the rights and the wrongs, how to teach children the rights and the wrongs.
They're talking about, what's her name, Harris, whatever, want the kids to go to school for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
That way they can have them longer.
Yeah.
Brainwash them. To manipulate their little minds, to shape their little minds into creating what they want. The socialists, and look, socialism's only 1 inch away from communism. Okay, and communism is only 1 inch away from death, man. Remember that. That's a fact.
That's it. Well, hey guys, I got to cut it short myself. The wife's getting ready to go to bed because she's got to go to work early in the morning, and I'm going to cut off and I got to deal with her for a little bit in that. But Ben, hey, you got nice conversation, man. Yep, I enjoy talking with you. We need to do this more. We'll do this some more. And thank you, John Boy, for bringing him on. I really appreciate it because it does help me as well. I don't, even though a lot of people say some things that people say don't help. Well, Ben, believe me, what you said, I take it at heart.
Yeah, well,
I will check that out. I will go to the city and council, and I will go in there and I will sit down and I will listen to it. And then I will understand exactly how it's run and that so that I can go in and I will talk. So I appreciate it.
All right, hey, John Boy, I'm gonna cut it short too, man. I know you're getting cold and shit down there.
Yeah, I run out of wood. I had my feet up on the cold.
You didn't send me none of that warm down there, so I sent you some of that cold.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Stay warm, John. Stay warm.
Well, I appreciate y'all coming up.
Oh yeah, hey, anytime. And Ben, one of these days, you're full of knowledge, man. I'd like to get you on my panel one of these days. And bring you out and then talk about the things that you're talking about right now, because it does make sense. It does make sense to me. And I know it makes sense to a lot of people, because a lot of people in chat right now are saying, yes, Ben is right. So I'd like to get you up with everybody.
We need to also address our homeless vets and suicides, man. 22 a day.
Yeah.
22 a day, man. Times that by a year.
I know.
I just, and we don't even talk about it at all. And then we just celebrate veterans. And I like to thank all the vets out there, man, that may be watching this, man. Thank you, man, for protecting me, my freedom. And
right.
Just giving all that you gave, man.
That's right. Exactly. They deserve all the love and the respect that we can give them. And I don't care if you were in war or not in war, just serving is important.
I was in Desert Shield.
Oh, dang, John, I didn't know that. That's the first time I've heard about that.
That's what they called it back when I was in the Air Force.
Right.
Before it turned into Desert Storm, it was called Desert Shield, and I got out.
Right.
But I only got out because they're doing arm reduction of the armed forces.
Right.
They broke my contract with them. That's when it opened up my eyes about this government.
Right.
1989, so.
Understandable. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it a day. I got some things I got to do, take care with the wife and that. And I will talk to you all later. But again, thanks, John, for allowing me to come on your channel. And Ben, thank you. A lot of good information, man. I appreciate it.
Again, man.
All right. And it was nice meeting you.
All right. Peace out.
Right. All right. You too. Take care.
Man. Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah. Later, John Boy. Good talking to you again, man.
You too, man. It's good to be live again.
All right, guys. John, again, thank you, bro. And I'll probably talk to you later on tonight. But yeah, Ben's got a lot of knowledge in there, and he's been doing this a lot longer than we have. So I'm going to pick that brain as much as I can because it will help. Okay. I will talk to you later, John, and everybody in chat. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. And I know that John Boy does as well. And I hope we all get together again real soon. Take care, John. We'll see you later, buddy. All right. Bye-bye, guys. Take care, guys.
Blessed night.
You too.
All right, y'all. I'm about froze out here in this daggum shop. Born Racer, Northern Chick, Jenny B, Jason Thomason, Hodgepodge, MH. Whoo, y'all. I used the last little bit of wood I got. I don't know if Enlightened's still in here or not. Northern Chick. Did I say that right? Yeah, Northern. I appreciate everybody coming in here. I'm glad old Ben Time Traveler, he's got some knowledge. He's into the political side of things. He's got a pretty good insight on that. He is a back channel for Pete Santilli. But yeah, I just appreciate all y'all coming in here. I'm trying to look at the chat. Super Dave 44 was in here. He got monetized today. He had a celebration. Oh, Enlightened Cafe had I don't know if he celebrated or not. I missed out on, but he got monetized. So congrats to Enlightened. Mystic Days was up in the house. He's my brother from Kentucky. Let's see, who else? I don't know if I missed anybody. I'm sorry. Open Your Eyes Peeps just snuck in. There go, Open Your Eyes Peep. Okay, Cafe. Want everybody to have a blessed night. And stay warm. It's been like 16 degrees the last 2 mornings. This is only going to get down to like 22 tonight. So I'm going to try to chop up some more firewood in the morning and get back out of here. But yeah, Open Your Eyes, peeps. Glad you showed up, man. It hadn't showed up over here on the StreamYard yet, but I see it over there on my YouTube. If y'all see me looking that way, I'm looking at the YouTube chat. If you see me looking that way, I'm looking at the StreamYard. Man. I ain't lying, man. I can't believe how cold it is down here in Tennessee, y'all. Don't believe that global warming. It's just, they should call it geoengineering because that's what they're doing. And I just don't get it. Oh, yeah, I'll stay warm, peeps. Try to, anyhow. But, man, y'all hit that thumbs up on the way out. It helps a little bit. Oh, I ain't lying. Can't see my breath too good because I am getting a little heat. I did find one little piece of wood and threw in there. Who's Rosie? Okay, and MH, I forgot MH is up in here. All the way from Hawaii. That's what my dad calls it, Hawaii. But man, y'all, I'm going to sign out. Y'all have a blessed night. I'll probably see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to get inside. I haven't eaten anything. I'm going to fix something to eat. Go to bed. Bundle up. So, y'all take care. And I'll see you on the other side. Good night, all.